shit can easily collab. You send me over the beat, I drop my bars on it, and we go. Liquid Richard. This is low. Oh my God! Check this out.
I'm a fat fuck, but you know you hoe love me.
Y'all niggas ready? Oh, yeah.
That flow is out of style like a week ago. Whole system broken like it's Cully go. Vision, I stick pussies with precision. Vision, I stick pussies within a hot kitchen. I hit it from the back. 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 Listen to this track. Your mom gives me double stack. Hop on the BBC. Gets toward me. I agree. Worthless niggas go green. Ejaculation machine. Notification go green.
Get a real fucking
that
job.
Ass big. Get that ass big. Ejaculation machine. Notification go green. Get that ass big. Get that ass big. Everybody come pull out your cocks.
Oh my God, he's drinking gin.
Clean up my chat.
Those are already out.
DSP.
That flow is out of style like a week ago. Whole system broken like it's Cully go. Vision, I stick pussies with precision. Vision, I stick pussies within a hot kitchen. I hit it from the back. 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 I hit it from the back.
Get pussy when you're fat. That's what she like to do. Get money when you're fat. That's what she like to do. Shout out to Christian. I've drunk my own piss, man. Man, everybody, people cheat on their wife, man. It's a normal thing. People cheat on their wife, man. It's a normal thing. Wink, wink. This one goes out to, you little soft music loving motherfuckers. Really tall. Motherfucker. What?
That flow is out of style like a week ago. Whole system broken like it's Cully go. Vision, I stick pussies with precision. Vision, I stick pussies within a hot kitchen. I hit it from the back. 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 I hit it from the back.
One in chat if you hit it from the back. Hello everyone. Welcome to this post-Christmas, pre-New Year's Eve stream. Let's see what's up next.
Why do you think your bitches get huge dildos? Because you guys don't possess the BBC gene. That's why you're upset. No BBC equals anger.
Big up Liquid Richard. Don't come in here and ask me how my day is and shit like that. I don't care about that. I cry because it hurts my fucking feelings, dude. Like my stomach hurts. Hey, this is my job, man. This is how I put food on the table. Real talk.
Hello everybody, hello chat. Welcome to the stream. We're gonna start shortly. Watch some Ask the King.
Play the same fucking games over and over and over again every day.
I haven't seen any clips of it, but it's probably terrible.
It's gonna be shit tomorrow. It's just gonna be shit after that. Just gonna be shit after that. My day is shit. It's gonna be shit tomorrow. It's just gonna be shit after that. Just gonna be shit after that. I'm a fat dude. I'm going to cheat. I'm a fat dude.
Throwing controllers to a beat.
I'm a fat dude. I'm going to cheat. I'm a fat dude. What fucking excuses did I make? I'm not fucking afraid. People ask me about my weight. Waking up every day. I can see myself right now choking fucking Scumpy. Grumpy because I need to get subscribers.
Hey, big up Steve. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas everybody in chat as well. Hope you had a nice time. Hopefully detox.
Sleep all goddamn day. Every day. Play the same fucking games over and over and over again every day. My day is shit. It's gonna be shit tomorrow. It's just gonna be shit after that. Just gonna be shit after that.
Burnell. That is business related, and I do still have it.
WWE champion time. Go.
Thanks for the money, stupid fuck.
Alright, let me plug my own shit and we're gonna start.
Go.
By eBay.
Hell!
It's been tough. I always think that it's my fault.
Drinking gin. Yep, I'm toxic.
I love Hulk Hogan's dick. My ass is so fucking stretched. I agree with you.
Oh, no, you didn't, you motherfucking piece of shit cocksucker. Mark my fucking words. I'm coming for you. Burnell?
Go, 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 go.
Hello?
It's the money, stupid fuck.
Hello?
I love it. Go, 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 go.
By eBay.
Hell!
Hateful slurs. Lame brain. I agree with pieces of dumb fucking hateful slurs.
Why am I talking?
Let me just play the whole thing.
I'm crazy.
I understand. He's claiming that he's got $5,000 a month in expenses and only $5,000 a month in income, and net's
That's
about
not
$35.
It's Tevin's fault.
The topic I want to discuss is depression. Depression is not a joke. It's not something to be joked about with. You are not alone. You are not a horrible person because you have this. It's not your fault.
It's not your fault.
There's still this back here. And it's still in the back of my neck, the back of my head, the back of my mind, and it's always telling me. It's WWE Champions time.
It's been tough. Over the last decade. It has. It's been tough. It's been tough. Over the last decade. It has. It's been tough. I agree with you. It's been tough. It's been tough. Phil's a beggar. Phil's fat. Phil's a loser. It's been tough. Phil's a faggot. Phil's fat. Phil's a loser. Phil's a beggar. It's been tough. Phil's a beggar. Phil's fat. Phil's a loser. It's been tough. Phil's a faggot. Phil's fat. Phil's a loser. Phil's a beggar.
Super Meat Boy is in the stream chat, whining and complaining, saying that I never talk to anyone unless they tip me or they send me money, which is completely false. All he's been doing is sitting there all night complaining that he's depressed and no one cares. And everyone's basically ignoring him because you're like, dude, we just don't care. You know, you come in, the first thing you say is you're depressed. And what are we supposed to say to that?
I'm working on a deluxe edition of this album with an extra song and longer songs.
You're really depressed tonight, huh?
More of the chill.
Really depressed.
My stream is my place of business.
The company's name is Burnell Productions. It is internet content creation.
'Cause all the rappers have deluxe editions,
Also
right?
live video streaming services.
Big up to your dad. I'm the one who operated a successful YouTube channel. Please tip me. I'm the one who operated a successful YouTube channel. Because I have bills coming up. Please pay my bills. I'm nervous. Draft for cash.
You better take a sip.
Please pay my bills. I'm nervous. Draft for cash.
Get a real fucking job.
I'm the one who operated a successful YouTube channel. Please tip me. I'm the one who operated a successful YouTube channel. Because I have bills coming up. They fucked me again, left and right, and my ass is so fucking stretched out at this point. It's time to push back. It's time to push back. I'm the one who operated a successful YouTube channel. Please tip me. I'm the one who operated a successful YouTube channel. Because I have bills coming up. I've never ever used a hateful slur. Ever. And that pisses me off. I want to watch some faggot.
I've never used the hateful slur, and that pisses me off. Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. Hope you had nice holidays, and there's still some more coming up, so yeah. Stay tuned for New Year's. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be another year. Now let's see. Mr. the King. Mr. King of Hate Vlogs. Mr. Dark Side Phil. Guy that was falling asleep twice last stream. And then he was saying how the alcohol didn't get him. That was fucking great. Now let's start with this Ask the King nonsense, because it's way too fucking long. This is like 4 hours of nonsense. Is it 3 hours? God damn it. This is incredible. And the feasting is very successful. He got like 1,000 views for this disgusting shit. Let's see if it's a super positive video as well. Okay, like, dislike, disabled. Comments. And they all agree. They're all super positive. Romance Cat, We have everything. Let me switch the fucking layout, dude. Okay, wow, here we are. Burnell Productions. Yes, there we go. So this super positive video, everyone loved it, except the likes and dislikes, they don't work. But I already know I'm not gonna like it, because obviously, it's Phil. Now let's start with this. Let's see how far we can get with cat advice, life lessons. Let's see what life lessons can we learn today. And Rockstar's new mentality. Let's see what that is. All right? Okay? Sounds good? Sounds good. Okay? You agree with me?
I agree with you.
Okay, let's go then. And meanwhile, I'm gonna play some Skyrim music in the background because that's what Jasper is playing today. You know what I mean? Jasper. The best Khajiit in the game. Let's get started, the king. You gonna be quiet as fuck again?
What is up, everybody? Happy Christmas Eve, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Darkside Phil, and I welcome you here to Ask the King, episode 89. We are getting up there in the amount of episodes. However, if you haven't noticed over the last couple of years, the frequency that I put out these episodes has slowed down dramatically. I used to do it every month.
Because you're an interactive streamer?
Now we barely do it every 3 sometimes. Mostly because I'm an interactive streamer and
Yeah, because he's an interactive streamer.
Today, there isn't necessarily as much of a demand for me to be doing a Q&A show like this. But when there's a holiday or when there's a lot of stuff to talk about or whatever, typically that's when we would do the show. So welcome to the show. Thank you, Gabriel KO, for that super chat. Might as well get him up on the leaderboard before we get started here. So how does the show work? Well, every 2 to 3 months, I answer all of your questions from my forums, online, from...
Big ups Kobold for the super chat. If Jasper was a Khajiit, he'd have some crazy stories to tell us. Yeah, for some coin. Of course, for some coin. Because he's in the Burnell household. Everything is for this. It's for this.
My Twitter account, the day of, and the new thing that actually has become the thing that took off with this show. Members, people who are channel members down there, okay? They get their questions answered in priority, and I'm not even going to exaggerate, half the people this time are from the members. You see? So when you guys ask me, oh, what are the benefits of being a member? That's one of the huge ones. If you want to get a nice dedicated time to get your questions answered on Ask the King, that's a great way to do it.
Okay, we already know about this Mr. Darkside, which today I noticed he spells it the DSP, the Darkside Phil, with a capital D and a capital P. So the S isn't capital. So it's just Darkside. That's one word, and then Phil is another word. So he's basically DP.
Like your feedback on that, guys. Let me know. Moving forward, would you
big up Sindera for the super chat. Jasper. Hey, 20 coin is 20 coin. It is what it is. It's for this.
See me
it also has Skooma as well. You want
all the one-stop shop kind of a deal, or do
yeah, DSP tries it. Skeever Skewer. Was that a thing? Skeevers was a thing, right?
Like the fact that
was like the rats.
Because it seems like it's just not getting a lot of attention anymore. You know, it's a shame because the show's still good. People tell me they're good, but
what, money?
It would be nice if people would watch it. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
Hello, Renee. I did have a good Christmas.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, even though this is a Q&A show,
had some time with the family first, and then with some friends, and it was chill. It was very interactive as well.
Sure. And I'm
we interacted.
Contributions in between the questions. All right. I'm going to try not to derail the stream too much. What I like to do is record it in 1-hour segments. So I'll probably talk for about an hour now, take a break, come back another hour, take a break, and then the finale. If we have time.
Oh my god, he takes so many fucking breaks. This guy is so annoying with his breaks, and it's terrible because as we saw in the marathon, that thing, the last thing. He's just like leaving at random times and then expecting you to stay along. He doesn't play music some of the time.
Baby, I was making insane amounts of money, like dirty.
Hey, big ups for the gravy train.
Too much fucking money for just playing video games, kind of money.
Anonymous tipped $5. Big ups asked the Swine King shoutouts next year's interactive beggar content. Also, happy holidays for the homie Gustavo.
Happy holidays, homie Gustavo. Thanks for the gravy train contribution. Big ups to Critical Gaming for the 2 months of chill. That's awesome. Enjoy your new carried diamond
the chat to open Q&A
icon thing.
So people are able to answer questions or ask their questions live, and I can answer them on the fly. We'll see if we can get to that. You know, I'm going to basically be streaming to my usual time, which is 4 p.m., about 3 hours from now.
All right, we know. Come on, you give us the same thing every time. Let's see.
Lincoln and other presidents from the American past.
What?
Walk out of the wormhole.
Yo, there's a demon in his closet. What was happening here? It opened. This is paranormal activity. Look at this. Look at his closet.
A wormhole opens. Abe Lincoln and other
Is Cat in the room? Is Jasper in the room? Look at this. Yeah. Cat is trying to leave.
Giant space weapons.
He's finally trying to escape. Cat, get out of there. This place is toxic.
The invading aliens.
Let's see if he's gonna acknowledge it. Somebody's gonna tell him. Unless they're all listening. Oh yeah, it keeps opening. There's somebody inside there. What if Cat is crawling on the floor? I know it's probably Jasper, but I would like to think that Cat is just like crawling around and trying to get somewhere without being on camera. Because we can't have Cat on camera ever.
You don't? You never watched my Conduit 2 playthrough? Well, it was before
Conduit 2.
It was before I ever live streamed. It was ugly as fuck, not only because I was using a camera pointed at a television, but also because the game was ugly as fuck.
Okay, bad graphics. Okay, Conduit 2. Skipping this. This is the power of on-demand interactivity. That you can interact with the scroll bar and just skip through the bullshit and all the seltzer water sips.
All right, anyway, let's continue. The next question is from Jory Slimefeld, who asks, you mentioned Jasper being a young attention-seeking cat.
Okay.
I know he's still a rascal.
Jasper is a cloud chaser.
I've been raising a cat.
Jasper calls people on Twitter sir.
Girlfriend for almost a year now.
Attention-seeking cat.
He's very sweet. Do you have any advice on dealing with a rowdy cat? Happy holidays to you and yours, Phil. Santa Emo. Thank you very much, Joy Slimefeld. Well, here's what I've learned. In the several years now that I've owned a feline and been the proud parent of one, I can tell you some things that I've learned and some things that I've learned don't.
What things have you learned? Cats are cat. They eat cat food.
Cats.
They enjoy playing.
Not usually understand negative reinforcement. That doesn't mean that negative reinforcement won't work.
Neither does DSP.
But a cat.
Okay. How many things? Let's count how many things are gonna be the same as with DSP. Let's see. Big ups Rye Drake for becoming a member. Welcome to the children.
Understand when you say bad behavior, stop doing that, and you spray him with a bottle or you yell at him, you chase him. The cat doesn't understand.
Is this Skyrim music way too loud? Because it's super aggressive and he's talking about cats.
Okay. What the cat will associate is, oh, water bottle means if I go to that area you don't want me in, I'm going to get wet, and the cat doesn't like getting wet, so it won't, or it might not go to that area anymore. But the cat, it doesn't understand. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's not like the cat is like, oh, I know what I'm doing something wrong, and I'm actively choosing to do the wrong thing, and I'm being punished for it. The cat doesn't get that. I have no fucking self-control. Okay? What's
Good
actually
Hustler
been
tipped
found.
$3. Big ups to the potential Liquid Richard successor Meerkat for the Boozer album. Shoutouts all the EcoBoost hoodlums in chat.
Yeah, big ups for the Liquid legacy.
In what's actually
No, this is not from the marathon. This is the next day? Yeah, the next day.
been found with
Ask the King. A special show.
positive reinforcement works way better than negative reinforcement.
Okay.
So when your cat is
He's the cat whisperer.
when your cat is doing the right things, reward it. Okay? Never reward bad behavior. Because if you accidentally or even intentionally reward bad behavior,
This is so ironic.
now think that behavior is good. And
Just like YouTube rewarding spamming your videos. That's how. They should learn this lesson.
will repeat the behavior. So I'll actually give you some perfect examples here. Okay?
Like what?
Jasper
Okay.
loves jumping in front of the TV when I'm trying to play games and stream.
Okay.
Why does he like
So you're
doing
gonna give us the most basic example that if Jasper jumps in front of the TV and DSP goes to him and pets him, that's gonna be positive reinforcement for negative vibes.
Because
That's
he
what's gonna be.
does that. My wife is at work. He wants attention. He can't get attention because I'm playing a game. So he says, if I block what he's doing, he'll give me the attention. So what would happen is he's in here. I yell at him. I stand up. He jumps down from the TV. Sometimes I pet him. That's bad, honestly. That's
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Just like his pay pigs reward him for being a below average streamer. Actually, a bad one.
giving him the attention.
But yeah, he gets rewarded for it.
By
That's negative reinforcement.
actually reacting to what he's doing.
Okay.
That gives Jasper a notion of thinking that he's going to get what he wants.
Meanwhile, Jasper is wildly fucking around in the background,
used to do that action.
giving the big middle finger to
I
Phil.
don't mind when he jumps on the chair, so I would never yell at him, and I would never try to get him to stop jumping on the chair. I think
Jasper!
Jasper,
TV and I can't
stop
work.
doing that.
Yeah, that gets upsetting, especially it's the middle of my work day. I need to be able to work, right?
I need to be able to work.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
no,
like he was doing some spreadsheets and the cat jumped on his keyboard. You can pause the game, Phil.
when Mr. Jasper,
But yes, still, just keep him out of the room.
right here,
He adds so much to the stream. It was way worth the $2,000 to reveal him,
starts to jump in front of the television.
which was going to be inevitable. He was going to do it anyways.
He's so smart. He's here for the segment about him. Isn't that cute? He was so smart. He knew to jump up here.
Yeah, he's a genius cat.
When he jumps in front of the television, now I ignore him.
He's actually a human locked in a cat's body. He really wants out of there.
Sometimes it takes a little...
He's actually probably outsmarting both DSP and cat. He's having the best cat life you can get. Has a massive condo that is empty because it's just two people, one of which is in his room all day playing video games, and the other of which in his room most of the time playing video games, I guess. So yeah. Jasper is low-key outsmarted the adults.
Longer to get him to get down from in front of the television. But what happens is after about maybe 10-15 minutes, he realizes, oh, I'm not going to get the attention that I want. I'll move on and I'll go do something else. Okay? If I stand up and yell at him, I gave him the attention, you see? Here's another perfect example, and this goes for cats, dogs, any kind of an animal. Do not give them human food. If you give them human food,
they're going to be annoying.
A regular occurrence, and they just deserve human food all the time. If you're not aware, human food is not meant for cats, for dogs. It's unhealthy.
Meant for
them.
humans.
They could end up getting disease. They could end up getting too much cholesterol, too much fat, too many calories, sodium, all these things. You could give them something that you didn't even know, but it's poison to them, right? You might
Why am I poison? Jasper is gonna be sitting there being like, "Why am I poison? Why am I toxic?"
Not be eating human food.
After DSP gives him some of that Filipino meat on the bone that he threw out.
Okay, if you're eating dinner and you have a cat or a dog that tends to come up to the table and beg, if you have a cat or a dog that jumps on the table, wants something, and you give it food, you have now enabled the bad behavior. You understand? You have to.
You've created the monster.
Do that. As cute as they are, we're not going to do that, because the moment we do that, now that animal is programmed in its head to think cause and effect. I do this, I get the reward.
I play video games all day, and I get the tips for it. I don't have to do anything else, right?
That I want.
Low-key DSP is like a really basic animal. Because he trained himself like this. I upload the video, I get the money. When it stops happening, I complain a lot. And then someone gives me the money. Right? It's the same thing. DSP is low-key Jasper.
See?
In disguise.
Don't do that. Then all of a sudden...
Pretty bad disguise anyways.
Your cat or dog or whoever will say, oh, I'm not going to get that reward when I'm up there no more. And it's not going to do that anymore. You see?
In preparation for this... Okay. Robot lady? Burnell? You disappointed me this time. Oh wait, that's super chat. Anyways. Big ups to Omega Kirk for the super chat. Do not feed Phil after midnight. Never do that. Or he's gonna end up making himself a gamer breakfast in the morning. Now, in preparation for this segment, DSP watched all of Tom and Jerry to find out how cats work.
It's like this cartoon, but it's really real, man.
So what I found,
the cat hits the mouse with like a hammer, and it gets flat like a pancake.
However, there are times when you need to use negative reinforcement, and the only time that I use it now is when Jasper's in danger for something. So, for example, all of a sudden I turn and Jasper is chewing one of my power.
You put Jasper in danger?
Well, guess what? If I don't directly react, he might hurt himself. He could bite through that wire and electrocute himself. I sold Jasper into slavery. So whether it means I got to spray him, I got to yell at him, I got to toss him out of the room, which has happened. You guys have seen
Get him out of there.
Been a couple times where he will not stop acting up, and I'm nervous because he might hurt himself, and I got to get him out of here. And there's nothing you can do. You got to. You got to be responsible. You can't ignore the behavior, because then the animal might keep doing it and hurt itself. Okay? So that's my advice. No negative reinforcement.
You can just ban Jasper. Have you tried banning Jasper? Have you ever tried making him appear offline?
Then it's warranted. Otherwise, positive reinforcement of the good behaviors, but never give positive reinforcement to the bad behavior.
Chill reinforcement.
That's a good behavior then.
Yes, we look at that every day. Yeah, here he is on the screen. It's the guy. It's the negative reinforcement guy that gets money for everything on all the platforms that he wants to for shit. And it's not gonna get better because he's getting that negative reinforcement.
was to me a whopping $30.
Amazing. Switch that hat. Oh wait, we don't do this anymore. That was a one-off.
Well, Jeff, I want to say something. Thank you for that, because
thanks, Jeff.
Jobs out there that you need to work through the holidays because it's very essential that you're out there.
Like the DoorDash guy that you shit on.
The fact that you are sacrificing your own personal time and enjoyment of the holiday to help out others, being in law enforcement. So thank you for that. Understand that there are people who do appreciate what people in law enforcement do, despite the fact that there may be a lot of people out there who are very negative about it in the last year and a half. I don't think that everyone's a bad apple, man. I don't.
What?
I think that there's a lot of bad people doing messed up things.
Okay. The DoorDash driver, the Amazon delivery guy, the Burger King people. Remember, that was still pandemic. It was still a hard time for everybody. It wasn't the holidays, but yeah. So, okay. Okay.
And abusing power.
I agree with you, Phil.
Not everyone, and people who are legitimately doing the right things and sacrificing of themselves to keep people safe and keep society, you know, a safe place to live, basically should not be treated like villains. And I hate that people have villainized every single person with generalized beliefs and things over the last year to year and a half. And
just like they do to Phil.
And I thank you, Jeff, for what you do, and I hope that you're safe out there in the next couple of days. Thank you very
Jeff.
much for that tip. And with that tip, we have hit the first goal of the stream, which is going to go.
What is this, a mask? Oh no, it's glasses. Okay.
Very nice.
This looks like a mask.
All right.
If he wore a mask on stream, at least we probably wouldn't hear him snort.
PlayStation
and the lip smacks. But also it would be muffled Phil.
Game Pass.
What?
Here,
PlayStation Game Pass?
Savage today.
Okay, let's see, Savage.
Hey, Phil, with the release of Spartacus, which is going to be PlayStation's version of Game Pass, that will include PlayStation 1 games. Is there an old
bait?
You'd like to see returned that never got a remaster? First of all, literally
Heavy Rain.
Just said speculation. Nothing that you just said is 100% confirmed. There's a rumor that Sony's working on a Game Pass-like subscription service to compete.
A rumor? But you talked about it. He talked about it on his pre-stream fucking podcast for like 25 minutes. A rumor. And now it's like, wait. Hold on, buddy. But you spread this news. You spread the news.
With Game Pass, there's a rumor that PlayStation games will be available on that service.
Let me actually see if it's a rumor or he's full of shit as per usual, which is a thing that happens in the DSP universe.
None of this is true.
Or he lives in his own reality.
Or anything like that, okay? So, there you have it. Now, if all of these rumors are true, okay, is there any PS1 game I'd like to see returned that never got a remaster? Yeah, there's a ridiculous amount. Seriously, there's a ridiculous amount of PlayStation 1 era games that you have to play them on the original console. For example, Dino Crisis.
All right. For example, Bigger Crisis. Now it says here, according to a new report from Bloomberg. So let's open that article and let's see. Somebody snitching? Is somebody making shit up? Let's see. Oh my god, so many pop-ups. Planning a new subscription service. Okay, according to people familiar with Sony's plans and documents reviewed by Bloomberg. Okay, so it's a mixed bag of truthfulness, where it might be clickbait, but it might be not clickbait.
The Suikoden role-playing game series. Dude, there's so many games from that era, PS1 era, because most people don't realize PS1 era was a very long time frame.
I didn't get my Christmas present yet. It's not here yet.
Games,
so I don't know what it is.
Actually, the beginning of PS1 era compared to the end of the PS1 era, the games had advanced dramatically, and you had a wide kind of a number of genres and everything that was encompassed in that era.
Hey, hello, Dayglow. What's up?
And a lot of those games.
And yeah, my Christmas was tangy and robust.
The originals, whether it's you have to go buy the disc and play it on a physical PS1, or if you happen to have a PlayStation 3 that has the online enabled, unlike mine, because mine's bricked.
It's not bricked. It's not bricked. It's not bricked. It's not bricked. This is, by the way, a myth. It's been debunked like 10 times. Because somebody Googled it, the situation that he had where he couldn't connect to the PlayStation Network on the PS3. They Googled it, they looked it up, and they saw it was nonsense. And you could fix it easily, but he didn't fix it, so it's bricked. Brick. The term that is used for when your console can't even get started anymore. But yeah, the PS3 is bricked. But it's still a business expense, and he still owns it.
and download those PS1 games for a fee.
That is
and
business
play them
related.
emulated on there, although that's certainly not the ideal situation because there's input delay and all kinds of issues. Still, that's how I've played most of my old school games for the last 13 years as a content creator. So there's tons, and I only mentioned just off the top of my head just a few, couple there, but there's got to be a lot of games that were never remastered and ported that is from that era, which is why it was hilarious that when the head of Sony was quoted as saying something like, "Oh, who would ever want to play one of those old PlayStation games?" Like, dude, 100% you've proven you are completely out of touch.
What is funny, also in the same vein of DSP, what is funny is the guy that is not the head of Sony. He's just a random guy on the internet who has his show called Ask the King and the pre-stream podcast. When that guy says that, quote-unquote, nobody cares about a game, or quote-unquote, everybody hated a game, that is funny. Now, what the PlayStation guy says, that's a little bit humorous, but this is funny.
With your customer base. Like, you are of a completely different mindset and mentality than the gamer out there who spends money on your product. Maybe you shouldn't be in charge. I'm just saying, if you're that out of touch, at least get yourself educated to what people want. People want preservation of games. People
want good production value on your streams. People want less dead air. People want less uploads. People want better
the ability to
camera quality. People want better layouts.
Play old games.
Come on.
It's part of our culture. We grew up
so
games
out of touch, man.
Later, nostalgia factor and everything. Not just, oh, I played it once and it's done forever and I just forget it ever existed. It's ridiculous.
Just like with, what game was like that?
Ghostbusters.
Say a game that's like that you play it once and you think it's okay and then you completely forget it exists. I'm gonna think about it for a bit and then I'll tell you mine.
Who cares? I never need to watch that ever again. I saw it once. What are you talking about?
And if you're watching this on demand, you can also write in the comments below, dude.
My comment section's been open. I don't know if you noticed.
It's the same thing. Okay. I'm sick, you say to me and Kev and Kat, Gust, please. Jane, I'm sorry. If you were saying that you're sick, I hope you feel better. I don't really understand what you're trying to say, but I hope you feel better. But I don't really know what you're saying. I'm very confused.
I don't know. He probably mentioned something about down from the rafters.
Thank you very much, Jose. I appreciate that. Let's get that up on the leaderboard. Awesome.
Awesome. Skip.
To mine for me.
What?
You didn't answer the question. No, you weren't listening. Okay.
Wait, he didn't actually answer the question. Good job, Phil, on this Q&A show. He just rambled a bunch about nonsense. I mean, it wasn't nonsense. It was related, but it was still very nothing special. Hey, where did Skyrim go? Did Jasper kill it?
Ask the following. What are the most important lessons you learned as you were getting older and you never realized when you were young? All right. Well, truthfully, I can tell you, I mean, I'm sure I could tell you a million things I learned. Seriously.
Okay, let's see. Let's go. Wow. Start with one.
He's running through the house screaming. When you were young, no one teaches you half the shit you need to know about being an adult. Seriously, you get just thrown into that world. No one teaches you how a credit card works. No one teaches you how a mortgage works.
We start with the hottest one. He didn't even try and save it up for later. Nobody teaches you how a credit card works. Nor 14.
I paid to go to school. In my case, I went to private school. So I had 4 years, excuse me.
Private school. They're supposed to teach you more stuff there, right? It's private. It costs more money. Teach me.
High school, 4 years of college.
How about you fucking teach me something I'm gonna use in my real life? What is this fucking trigonometry?
No one taught me how a fucking loan or a credit card or a mortgage or nothing works. Really. I paid you to educate.
I paid you.
And you taught me.
Pour this knowledge in my head. Regardless if I'm willing to learn it or not. Pour it in my head. Inject it in my veins. I want it. I love it.
Well, all this bullshit that I'm never gonna need to fucking use.
Did you have parents?
Algorithms and fucking mathematical equations. All this shit about ancient history that no one gives a fuck about because it doesn't apply to modern day. But I needed to know about that and not how to fucking pay my credit cards or what they are, right?
Yeah, but when you signed the paperwork, did you read what it is? Did you ask the people in the bank? Huh? I'm confusion.
Our educational system is pretty messed up. I would say every single person should have some kind of a basic education on how finances work and stuff like that before they get out into the adult world. Sadly, that's not how it works, and that's exactly how these companies prey on you, because they know when you're old.
Yeah, they prey on you.
You don't know shit, and then you overspend. Okay.
Okay.
Fun, learning about how all that stuff works again and again, because man, one day,
Bruh, it's like it's
next thing you know,
it's not super complicated because you can just watch a YouTube video about it that is like 3 minutes long. And also, it's kind of common sense to not take credit card money as free money and just spend it all on whatever you want. That's not good. Regardless if somebody taught you about it or not. It's just common sense.
I can't even pay my fucking bills right now, right? I think everyone needs that. Seriously.
Hey, what's up, Em?
For me, the thing that I have learned the most as I gotten older. Okay?
They didn't teach him how to eat Filipino food. That's the system's biggest mistake. They didn't teach him how to eat food that has bones on it.
This is something that I say all the time, and I'll say it again, and it applies to many different situations of life.
Please tip me.
Okay, guys. The world is not black and white.
This is already great.
There is no overwhelming good and evil. There is no, I'm 100% in the right, and you are 100% in the wrong. That does not exist, and never will.
Sometimes it does. Sometimes it does. And that's, those absolute statements are actually pretty dumb to say, because you're trying to say that in life there is no absolutes as you say absolutes. This like when they did it in Star Wars.
If it works, life would be so simple, right? If everything was just, oh, people are doing the right thing and the wrong thing, life would be incredibly simple. What I've learned to do,
that life would suck, dude.
I've grown older, is to try to see things from another perspective that isn't necessarily my direct perspective, but I want to understand it. I want to know why someone thinks something that doesn't immediately make maybe logical sense to me. Why would they think that way? Why would they feel that way? Because a lot of the times in life, it's not about logic, it's about emotion. What's causing that emotion that makes people behave in a certain way? I used to be absolutely terrible at that. I was a jerk. I was a stubborn.
Are you much better now?
I thought it was my way or the highway. No one had any right to say anything other than what I thought was right.
What?
You disagreed with me. You were wrong and I was right.
Is he talking about yesterday or the day before? He's the same guy now. He's the same guy.
That is the worst possible attitude you can go through life with.
Well, congratulations.
To like everything.
You played yourself.
Applied to just common everyday life, interacting with people that I meet on the street.
You don't? You don't?
Interacting with people that I meet at a job or in school.
You don't?
That's
what? You don't?
Applied to the way that I see my worldview politically. That's applied to the way that I approach religion. You know, I was raised Roman Catholic. All right? In Roman Catholicism,
Italian Catholic.
You're taught certain tenets, certain
you know, the Romans, they're from Italy, just like me. It used to be called Rome.
Beliefs. You're also told that your way of belief is correct and everyone else's is wrong. Seriously. You are the lucky guy and lucky people who are taught the correct stuff. Everyone else has it wrong.
Okay? Did he go to like fucking Taliban school or some shit? Where do they teach you this? Because I haven't been to fucking Catholic school. I'm not very religious, but like I don't think anywhere they teach you stuff like that. Unless it's some radical stuff.
Okay?
Phil, where did your parents drop you off?
And the thing is, a lot of stuff in life is like that. You're told as you're growing up, oh, this is the right way to think. This is the wrong way to think. But at some point, you have to start thinking for yourself and try to make judgments for yourself and look out there at things and make your own kind of way to look at the world. And, you know, for me, in the last 10 to 15 years, especially since I became a content creator on the internet and I started talking with you guys, really.
And talking to yourself a lot.
Your responses to the things that I said, your shared views on things, your opinions, sharing your opinions with me, having this open forum that we have.
But you don't let them challenge your opinions. Your opinions are kept in a bubble. That's not, nobody is challenging your opinions. You don't let anybody confront you in any way. You don't even like voice chat in video games where you don't even know if somebody's going to confront you. You just try and preemptively avoid it. This is ridiculous. Now he's gonna tell you how much more open-minded he is and how much more sometimes you change his mind on issues when he thinks about it. But he doesn't. Big ups Omega Kurt for super chat. He's been on the phone with mommy again. Probably. That one time a week.
Going back and forth talking about video games, but then in a lot of ways other
the Christmas discussion. He gave him the Christmas special of the pre-stream podcast. Told him that he made his Christmas stream and it was great. He drank. He didn't even beg. It wasn't about begging and he still got a lot of money. Wow, it was so good. His business is doing great. dspgaming is at an all-time high. All-time meaning within the last year. And everything is great.
Been through a lot of shit.
Hey, his members are still on 316. It's gonna be some heavy begging for the next one.
Last 13 years that's happened.
Next level.
Right? Through our discussions and interactions, I have learned to see things from another person's perspective. And not to say that I have to agree with that perspective, but I can at least understand why it exists.
You don't. You don't. You call literally all of your detractors mentally ill children or some other scenarios in which they end up being, you know what I mean. Human pieces of shit, quote unquote.
When you start looking at it that way,
come on.
You realize it's not black and white. And
no.
It's not, these are the good people and these are the
no.
That's not what life is. There's no, oh my God, these people are out.
He's drinking gin.
Good, and these people are the vile villain.
Big ups King Big Bones for the super chat. Why is he telling us common sense shit like this? Like it's some new discovery. Because I feel like now he's starting to come out of puberty, maybe, or go into puberty. I'm not sure. For him, time works differently. I'm not sure.
You know, no ne'er-do-wells. That's not a lot.
Ne'er-do-wells.
Everyone does something for a motivation or a reason because they think that it's the best thing for them or their families or their own livelihood.
And it's like, this is why all of these segments irritate me so much, because there's so much rambling about really basic stuff. It's like some shitty Hollywood movie that is all about pandering and telling you some whimsical nonsense and postulating some bullshit. That's basically what it feels like, where they tell you just some basic stuff without it being able to be challenged in any way, or without it having any sort of insight into what you're talking about. Because he's telling you some really, really basic shit. Really basic shit that he realized throughout the last 10 years. So when he was 30, he started realizing this basic shit, that the world is not black and white. Because the 30 years before that, he was, I don't know, in the womb probably still.
Whatever it may be. Okay, and by the way, I'm not saying there's not evil people out there. There absolutely are evil people on the planet. But usually it's not as simple or as simplistic as people would make life out to be. And that's one of the things that I've learned over time, that you need to really look at things from other perspectives, because if you don't...
Okay, you don't do that.
Number one, living narrow-minded is not...
No, you don't do that. No, you don't do that. You don't even have your Twitter replies open. Come on, this is not fair. This is straight up not fair. This is such an out-of-touch segment.
It's not. Being a narrow-minded idiot is
no.
not a way to live at all.
That is true. That is true.
On so much in life.
But also this, I can watch My Little Pony and learn this. Come on.
Minded perspective and not want to experience what other people are saying or doing or feeling. Let me give you some perspective here, and this is gonna be a very generalized and very narrow way to think. Okay.
Okay. Let's see this prime example. Let's see.
Imagine it this way. Okay.
I'm imagining. Got my eyes closed and everything.
In the United States, right?
Okay.
And maybe you didn't get exposed to a lot of different kinds of food, cuisine. So,
oh no. That's you. You're talking about yourself. Imagine you're Phil. Actually, don't do that. Please don't do that.
Basically ate cheeseburgers.
Oh, cheeseburgers, okay.
French fries, and...
That's his favorite shit in life. That's his favorite shit. Pasta with his custom style sauce, burgers from Burger King, and fries. Like, come on. This is just the Imagine You're Phil segment. It's the self-insert fan fiction.
Those are your 4 staple foods that you ate.
Okay, let's see. What's gonna change?
Have some chicken. Or,
okay.
You know, I don't know.
Until you get gout.
Beef roast. Some
pork. Cherry juice.
Well, mostly, you've only eaten those 4 things. Okay? That's all you know. That's your worldview of food. Cheeseburgers, spaghetti, pizza.
Okay.
That's it. That's
All
mostly what you eat. If you're gonna eat or go out, this is what you make. This is what you eat. Okay.
All right. I understand.
That's incredibly unhealthy, and you probably have high cholesterol, high fat, and
yeah, I can see. I'm looking at you.
It's also such a limited way to look at cuisine as a whole.
I don't understand why he thinks he's so healthy lifestyle living guy. I don't get it. It's like it usually when you are, it reflects on your appearance. And this guy on your screen is 40 years old.
There are so many different kinds.
Okay, sounds good.
And if you don't try them, you'll never know what's good or that there's anything better.
But now that he's vegan, everything's gonna be much better. You know what I mean?
4 things that you eat all the time. You see? And there's people like that. People who are like, I grew up with these 4 things. It's the only 4 things I like or care about. That's all I'm ever gonna like or do. I don't want to expose myself to anything outside of those 4 things. So those 4 things are enough for me.
I don't know pretty much any people like this. I don't know any adults like this. I know maybe a teenager or 2 that are like this, that are really stubborn, hard-headed. I don't know any adults like this. I actually don't.
Terrible way to go through life. And by the way, this is very generalized.
It is. I can see, because it's a terrible point. Because you're creating some imaginary scenario that applies to very, very, very few of the people that probably exist.
I started trying out different cuisines. I started trying out...
Oh, but wait. It was until now it was, imagine you were this guy in this hypothetical situation. And now it's, oh, when I got older, I started eating this. Well, you couldn't even stick to your own fantasy segment. Come on. I was imagining that I'm DSP and not he is DSP.
I swear to you, 9 times out of 10 when I try something new, I'm blown away by how good it is. And
yeah, of course, because you're a normie.
Thought that it was bad and it wasn't.
Because,
you know?
Yeah, because you're exactly the type of guy that you ended up shitting on just right now. Exactly the type of guy, the closed-minded guy. Just because you play a variety of video games doesn't make you open-minded about life.
And
if you were, you would probably do a little bit something like Wings did and talk to your trolls so you can see why they're fucking trolling you. But you can't. You can't. It's too narrow-minded.
It's just a different way to look at life, to say, you know what, rather than be someone who only does the same thing, only thinks the same way, I'm going to open my horizons, open my mind to other ways of thought, other things that people do, why they could be popular, why people think that that's better than something else or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And again, you don't have to.
Hey, big ups Paul J. Brazel Jr. for the super chat. Jail. It's the only answer for Phil. Thumbs up and a drink emoji. I love that drink emoji. When it comes time for the drink emoji, it's always lit. Big ups for super chat.
Change your train of thought. If you like cheeseburgers,
they should throw him under the jail.
French fries, pizza.
Because, you know, in jail, there might be some kind of a movie type riot, and he's going to escape somehow. They're going to flush him down the toilet or something, and he's going to come out of jail.
Spaghetti.
It's just the DSP luck.
Favorites. But if you try something else, you might find that something else is pretty good too, and it's worth it to at least try it so you have that frame of
okay, I mean, sure.
I can't tell you how many times I knew no.
Is his chat like 8 years old? Actually, 8 years old. This is so basic. This is what I would tell my sister when she was like 6 years old. Here, have these type of fries instead of these type of fries. They're better. Please taste them.
Nothing about a certain game franchise at all. Zero. And then when you guys told me you got to play it, and I would play the game, I was like, wow, now this isn't my cup of tea. But now that I've played it, now I have that frame of reference to understand when you guys are making reference to this later on. I know what you're talking about, the kind of game or what happens in the game, etc. Right? It's all about exposure and getting experience under your belt. And the thing is, the older you get and the more exposure you get to more things, the wiser you get. You know, instead of having that very narrow.
Wise Phil, wise guy Phil. You get it because he's Italian.
Getting older, I realized don't have a narrow worldview. You have to try to look from other people's perspectives, understand why they think the way they do, put yourself in someone else's shoes, and try to see what's going on in their life that they would think differently from you. And you could have your
don't do that.
Broaden, your mind blown, and you could really understand things from a bigger, higher.
You don't do that.
Of how stuff works in this existence.
Sure. I agree with the sentiment, with the idea. I agree, but you don't stand for that. So it seems kind of disingenuous. And also it seems kind of cringe, because I know that not only does he not stand for that, he actively goes against that in everything that we see of him. So yeah, this kind of a worthless segment there.
This is just what I learned. I know, and I'm just
Big ups Paul J. Brazel for super chat.
way to go through life.
Hood, get him in that lockdown.
Okay.
With the drink emoji, of course.
Right.
Big ups.
A couple more super chats came in.
Get him in lockdown. Needs to be quarantined. Way too toxic.
Kevin Bernstein did a super chat. Said, "What's your favorite thing about your fans?"
That they give him money. I answered it already. Now he's gonna go on for half an hour. How creative they are to make stuff for him for free. How generous they are with their contributions and their support. And they answer the call when he needs support the most. What else? How much they support him in the comments and they subscribe and become members. And how much they love the streams. That's gonna be. Let's see. From the horse's mouth.
The favorite thing about my fans is probably
generosity.
How willing they are.
Willing they are. What? Give me money.
Not only interact but share.
Share their funds.
Help me to be
financially.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, financially. Okay. My favorite thing about my fans is how willing they are to give me money. That is also my favorite thing about his fans. It's very fucking funny.
Sitting here and being a jerk.
Nice. Share your funds.
Better this way or that way.
Stop withholding tips.
This is something you should do.
Stop withholding tips.
Horizons for gaming or this or that. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just about people who are here just to laugh, but people are actually here to contribute and help. I really like that.
People are here just to laugh. Wait.
About my fans.
Aren't people there for the gameplay? People are here just to laugh. Okay.
Chum Baguette did a super chat. Says, Merry Christmas, DSP. Have you ever gotten eye strain during your time as a streamer? Chum Baguette.
Yes.
That question is in here. That's one of the questions you asked, and I'm going to answer it. Actually.
But wait, he's answering chat questions, but then there's members questions on those lists. Because I'm not sure I understand, because I didn't pay attention to the fucking intro. That shit was worthless. But he's answering all kinds of questions. But one of his biggest perks on the members, membership stuff, is that you get to ask him questions exclusively. And it's very special. And it's very different. Except he answers literally everyone else's questions. You don't need to super chat him, tip him, whatever. Just write some shit in chat and at dspgaming.
It's here somewhere.
Very nice. And then again with those just sheets of paper. Because he's a professional, of course.
You're ahead of me. Here it is. Have you
Still
ever
better than on his phone.
Right. You're going to have to wait. I'm going to answer your question.
You're going to have to wait. Just say yes. Just say yes. Sometimes I do. That's it. That's it. That's the answer. Because he does.
Thank you for that super chat. And then Kevin did another super chat. And he said, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Phil, and chat. Thank you, Kevin. All right.
Oh, awesome. All right. Sound good.
Continue. What time?
Yeah, how about we continue?
Plenty of time before I have to go on any kind of a break. So, excellent.
Any kind of a break. Thanks. It's been what? Oh, it's been half an hour. And he's looking at the clock to go on a break.
Next question.
And he doesn't even have to play games this time. Not even playing games.
Is from With Dre Day.
But sure.
Dre Day asked the following: if the channel was thrusted into YouTube popularity today,
never gonna happen. It's fantasy.
As much as possible, the same as now, or would you only stream when you felt like it?
And now he's gonna give you a bullshit segment, but he would only stream when he felt like it. He would stream maybe 4 days a week, maybe 5. But yeah. And he would probably maybe even stream as much as now, because assuming that he gets thrust into popularity, that's the quote, then he would be getting sponsorships. So he would want to stream as often as he can so he can cash in on that. So there you go. That's your answer.
Well,
the
thing is, like,
what is the thing? Is he going to tell you how he can't even imagine being this successful? Let's see. And now he's not successful. This is going to be about him being a victim of something again, right?
I always say to you guys, I'll be honest, because I want you to understand that, like, this is not me trying to spin it in a way that makes me sound better or worse than I am. But I'm being honest, like, I'm kind of worked thin right now. With the amount that I stream, you know, every day I have a first gameplay stream, which is, you know, a podcast, 3+ hours of gameplay with a break in between, then a little break to have dinner and do stuff around the house, and I'm right back on there with another 2-hour gameplay stream, and then I'm uploading afterward. And as I've told you guys, right now, I don't feel like I have enough time with my wife and my family. I just don't feel like I have enough time to spend with them. You know?
Okay.
When I'm only have 1 day a week off, and that entire day ends up being running around doing errands instead of spending meaningful time, that's not good.
You can manage your time better.
This week right now, holiday week, is a special week for me every year. You want to know why? Because I already had Wednesday off to do all the busy work shit. Tonight, I'm not streaming, and I get to spend time with my wife. We're going to have a nice meal together, and then we're going to relax, watch Christmas stuff. Tomorrow, we have the entire day of Christmas together to cook and have fun and relax and do stuff together, and none of it is busy work shit for my day off. Now, by the way, I suffer for that. I'm not here tonight.
I suffer for that. I suffered for your chill. I suffer for that. The gamer Jesus. Gamer fucking Jesus. I suffer for that. Come on, man. Come on. We all know what you do. We all know what you do. You play video games in the lowest effort you can, and you read super chats, and sometimes tips, and mostly beg for tips. Come on. I suffer for this.
That's an entire day of streams. I don't make any money. You see? So, even though I'm taking the time off for the holiday, which I think I deserve, I end up shooting.
Hey, Jay Kramer, what's up?
That is the double-edged sword of being a streamer and a content creator. The moment you don't work is the moment you don't make money, and now you're behind, you know?
You're behind. You're always behind.
So as much as I would like to take more time off, I just can't. Maybe one day I will. If I can build this channel up to a certain level, like I was on Twitch, maybe
It's not gonna happen.
But anyway.
Oh, that's not gonna happen.
If this channel blew up in popularity...
Not gonna happen. You beg every day. You can't afford to have time off. You're literally living day to day. You can't afford to take time off. What is this fantasy? It just doesn't work. And you already do a really, really low effort job and go on a bunch of breaks. It just doesn't work like that. Come on. You should know at this point. After 13 years of doing this shit, you should know.
Nowhere, and all of a sudden I was super popular on YouTube. Would I stream
super
more
popular?
Or less? What would I do? I would definitely stream as much as I'm doing now.
No.
I can't stream anymore. There's just no way. But I would probably try to maintain what I'm doing. You know, long term, maybe what I could do is instead of doing what I do now, which is literally 6 days a week full-time streaming, I could take time to do other things that are still
like what?
For the channel.
Like what? Like what? Like what are you gonna do in the time off? Assuming his channel is famous. Okay. So we're already in a very unbelievable place.
In the day, I used to go to conventions.
Okay.
Right? I used to do all kinds of different things back in the day. That I could vlog and do stuff. And
no, you're not doing this. Nobody's watching that garbage. Anyways, big ups Paul for super chat. Sorry I'm drinking this early on this BS. Well, it is almost 6 o'clock here, so that's chill.
Saying that I want to make my personal life 100% transparent and shared with you on every waking moment. I think that
yeah, because it made you money, and then it stopped. And then when it stopped making money, it became toxic.
Share everything with everyone. Sadly, there are people out there who are really messed up and want to hurt you.
The victim segment again. Let's go.
Hurt you.
Sound good?
I know that sounds crazy, or oh my god, Phil's just paranoid.
Yeah, we already know about this.
I've gone through it. I've had the evidence to show that it's very truthful that people are out to get me.
They're out to get me. The fucking Russian mafia.
That being said, maybe
they're out for Phil.
Rather than it just being full-time gaming 6 days a week, I could branch out and do other stuff again like I used to 10 years ago when I was so popular on YouTube. I was making so.
You're not so popular. Don't say so popular. Come on, man.
That there were entire days that I could take off to do whatever I wanted. As long as I was uploading something, it didn't even matter what. It usually was popular.
Yeah. As long as I was uploading something, it doesn't matter what I was uploading. Those pigs, they were eating that shit up. They didn't know shit back in the days. And now they know better. And now everything is toxic. All the other guys that they're doing exactly this, uploading whatever and making crazy money, they're fucking toxic. They shouldn't exist. Not at all. Not even be born.
Basically profitable. You know what I'm saying? Like, back in the day, I could play any game and people would like the playthrough. Back in the day, I could...
Because there was not a lot of other playthroughs, and now there are. Now there are.
Of me going to a convention, driving in a car, eating a meal. That's how DSP Tries It started. And it would be very popular on YouTube. People would watch it, whatever I put out. I would take a video of me taking a shit and people would watch the video.
Yeah, but probably.
I take that back. There was one time I was pretending to take a shit on a
because he's funny. He's a funny guy. Funny guy, Phil.
But you see the point I'm making. There was a time that no matter what I did, people liked it and would watch it. That's what happens when you get YouTube popularity. Literally, you're popular for the sake of being popular. It's not even the quality of what you put out, it's just you're popular. Now
no.
Check out what you do.
No, none of this works like that. And usually when I hear people like this saying it, it's because they're jealous of popular people. Because there is no people that are popular for the sake of being popular. This means nothing. There is something that triggered their popularity. Eventually it might get milked, or they might get evolved into something else. But they're never popular for the sake of being popular. And he's probably going to give the example for the Kardashians, which is totally bullshit example, because he knows nothing about the Kardashians. And I know much more about the Kardashians than him. So that's just fucking nonsense. Fucking nonsense. They're rich because they marketed themselves perfectly among the people that they wanted to. So yeah, that's why they are. And Phil is not, because he never adapted. Because he's like that first group that I said, that were popular for some shit and then they failed to adapt, so now they're not popular at all. Or super washed up and are popular because they are washed up. Let's say Brandon Fraser is one of those people.
The negative bug bites you and everyone memes you into being something bad.
Negative bug, also known as masturbating on your own live stream. That's the negative bug.
Opposite. Now, no matter.
Yeah, and being terrible at games and being a toxic person. This makes people just like despise you, right?
No matter how good it is, people think you suck. And that's the situation.
DSP, he's never been in a situation where he could say no matter how good it is. Because saying this implies that he made something that was like a masterpiece or considered really good and then made something bad, or vice versa. But he never did any of this. He ranged from mediocre to really, really bad, which is nowadays. But he was at best a mediocre early YouTuber with the classic gear that consisted of the bare minimum that you can get. So yeah, he was that guy. But he was never the no matter how good I am, people won't like me kind of guy. He was never one of those.
I'm happy to say.
Oh, he's happy. Okay.
Situation that there are people who like what I do and are here for positive reasons, and that's why I'm still here to this day. Okay. Not saying that the common masses don't think that I suck.
The common masses.
I mean, yeah,
oh, they're stupid. Okay, everybody else is stupid. These few people that like me, they are smart. That's what Charles Manson used to say.
Because they're uninformed.
Obviously, that's the same type of guy. The masses, they think I'm an asshole because they don't understand me. They don't understand what the raw Phil means. You guys, you couple of people that I guilt trip into giving me money, you understand everything.
Than actually checking out the truth about a content.
You understand.
Crap on them because it's virally popular.
Yeah, it's virally popular. That's not a thing.
If I were to become more popular, at the very least, what I would maybe like.
Because he's giving you advice that he knows nothing about. Basically, it's like a Wings of Redemption moment. He doesn't know how the internet fucking works. He didn't even know back in the day. He just found this little exploit in the YouTube system that let him become popular, and he kept doing it until it was no longer viable. That's basically all of it. That's it. He's not telling you some secrets of the internet. He's telling you, again, like the previous segment, some basic shit. Some basic shit. And most of it is wrong anyways.
What I like to do is branch out and do a little bit of other variety stuff.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
As opposed to me just doing gameplay.
No.
Right now, anything I do outside of live streaming of gameplay or something like this, sadly, takes away from what
from the chill.
Make a living. You know what I'm saying? So I can't really take chances. If I were to say, one day a week I've decided I'm going to do a completely different kind of content. Well, guess
like what? Like what? A political podcast?
Screw. Can't do it. I'm kind of stuck with what I'm doing right now. But long term, I might be able to do other stuff, but we'll see. Okay.
No, that's never gonna happen. He will only start doing things that take less effort, such as eating food or drinking alcohol. He will never start doing things that take more effort than what he's currently putting in, because he's currently putting in the minimal amount of effort and he's getting more than, I would say, a very generous sum to do exactly that. So yeah.
All right, let's continue. Kiernan asked the following question. These are all members, by the way. These are all channel members. So
epic.
Oh wow, this is cool. Phil's answered all these questions. These are all
but he already answered chat, so this is obsolete.
Channel member questions that I'm answering because people joined as channel members and I thought that the questions were interesting. This is a great opportunity. If you haven't been a member, you know, this is one of the major benefits of doing it. Okay?
No, it's not.
Okay. I saw some super chats came in. I'll shout those out in a moment. But let's continue with another question here. Kiernan says, one time I asked on stream if you would play the Surge series. You said no because of who the developer was. Could you expand as to why? Because I got the impression it was something to do with the dev team and maybe something they did in the past, or maybe you just don't like their games.
Big ups Black Mage 666 for a super chat. Ed Gein and Ted Bundy were bitten by the negative bug and are just misunderstood, dude. Yeah, if just society took a moment to understand, then the blind masses, they wouldn't hate him so much. Just like Phil.
Actually, it doesn't at all. Thank you for your time and keep up the good work. The makers of the Surge
Good work.
previously made a game that, in my opinion, is one of the actual worst games I ever played on in my content over the years.
Pause. In gaming, in DSP, you should know this. You should know this out of all people. In gaming, a company is only as good as their last game. So it doesn't matter what they did before the Surge. Yeah, it can make you play the new game less if their previous game was shit, but a lot of stuff happens. Developers come and go all the time. All the time. And a studio becomes good, then becomes terrible, then it might get good again.
Years. One of the worst games I ever played. It was actually one of the first games to try to copy the FromSoft.
Yeah, it was Lords of the Fallen. I don't know if he's gonna remember, but
with action but RPG elements, enemies that were incredibly challenging. Even little guys could kill you with 1 to 2 hits. Graphically, the game actually looked really nice, but when the game came out, it was garbage. It was literally
graphically, yeah, the graphics were good.
Full of gameplay programming errors. And I couldn't believe how bad this game was.
Gameplay programming errors.
Okay.
Yeah, he had to look at his chat to see.
Now, for PS4, it was a broken, buggy mess. It was so bad that I made a montage video documenting how bad it was. I mean, an enemy attacking you, you attack it, get it down to like a tiny bit of health. It turns around and runs away. You chase it into the next room. It disappears, reappears, and has full health. Standing in front of you. You know? Enemies literally just disappearing from the game entirely.
Okay.
While you're fighting them.
Sure.
What?
Sure. Okay. I don't know. I haven't played the game. I don't care.
Even though
I don't
it's
care.
death,
Could be the best. Could be the worst.
You have to make it polished because people need to survive. The game's not. It was terrible. It was one of the worst.
That is true. That is true.
I couldn't believe they were
When
selling.
you make a Souls-like thing, it needs to be polished because it's gonna be very hard. So there's no margin of error on the side of the game. It doesn't have to be.
This thing for as a full price game when it came out. I bought it and was so disappointed. I ripped it a new asshole, and after about 2 sessions, I stopped playing it entirely. I just couldn't play it anymore. Now, for what I'm to understand, okay, over time, people, or I say people, over time, those developers kept fixing and patching the game, and it took a long time. But eventually, they made it playable. They fixed most of the issues and made it a playable game. So you're talking like, 6 to 8 months, a year after it's out. Now it's a good game, right? Well, I don't care. I bought it at launch and it was shit. You know what I'm saying? So I think what happened is over time.
Yeah, well, you can come back.
People bought the game and liked it because it worked later on, and then actually it sold a bit. So those developers went on to make other games like The Surge and other stuff. But for me, it's like, dude, I played your game and you ripped me off. I don't want to come back to
I don't know why he thinks that when a studio releases a game and it's really bad, they should all just go out of business. It literally should. Because a game being bad or good is a question of many, many, many variables and mostly comes down to the corporate side of stuff because developers are usually very good at developing stuff. Big ups Cloud's Mystery for the super chat. Phil probably has tunnel vision and another handicap. I don't know about his handicap. There are too many to count.
A year later, when you finally fixed it, it should have been fixed. It should have been working. On release, it shouldn't have been this ridiculously laughable, buggy mess as exposed by my montage video that I made about it.
My montage video.
After that, I just didn't care about any games that company ever put out anymore. Really, like once you get screwed over once, why would you keep going back to get screwed over? It's not like
he bought basically every Call of Duty in the last like 10 years.
From soft games, you know what I'm saying?
Or at least most of them.
Quite a lot of games that are out there.
There wasn't at the time.
You could experience and enjoy that aren't like that, So why would you suffer? Why would you put yourself
suffering? Suffering. Everything is fucking suffering to this guy. Big ups Cobalt for the super chat. Wait, this is a different one. Devs fixing game broken at launch is a great show of commitment for a not huge monetary game. Of course he doesn't care. Well, he doesn't know what delivering something bad and then, you know, being sorry about it and trying to fix it. He doesn't know about that. He doesn't understand this. You're supposed to be judged and executed immediately with nothing. That's the thing. Big ups Cat Army Watch for super chat. Merry Christmas, Meerkat and chat. Game devs need to release perfect games on release, but you need to give him 100 chances to do better, no matter what. I agree with you. That's exactly what you need to do. He gets unlimited chances. Everybody else gets just one. It's some new type of cheese, I guess. The winning strategy.
Why you would do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, why? So that's why I don't bother with any games that they put out. And it's funny because over the years there's been so many different FromSoft clone games now that I don't even care about them anyway, regardless.
Why not? I don't know.
Like,
I'm confused. I'm confused because he made a big deal of playing all the actual Souls games and Sekiro and all the other stuff, but the Souls-like games, they suck because they're not original concept.
Every game is trying to copy a From Software game.
Every game, by the way. The guy that was just telling you there's no black and white, every game is trying to copy From Software.
Them anymore.
It's just fucking bullshit, man.
I guarantee you, Elden Ring in February will be 3 times as good as any FromSoft knockoff that we've had since the release of Sekiro. And there's been quite a lot.
Oh my
right?
god.
These games, people tell me,
yeah, they're all literally like not even AAA titles. What are you talking about? Mortal Shell? That's not a AAA game. Mortal Shell. That's the one that I can come up with. And then probably some other that had some Souls-like elements. I don't know if Returnal has a... It's not Souls-like, it's a roguelike, I think, yeah.
tell me to play. Why didn't you play this one? Why didn't you play that
Big ups Paul J. Brazel for a super chat. At RoGZ. Have a Merry Christmas. And Gomen Nasai. Big ups.
Wait for the good one. You know? Okay. Some shout outs.
Okay, shout outs.
Mario Bros mod.
And now look, this guy's gonna ask him a question and he's gonna answer him. So the benefits of being a member, it's completely fucking gone.
Kevin Bernstein did another super chat. Says, would you please consider reality streaming? No.
What? No.
Justin R did
No.
a super chat. He says,
No.
I heard about your...
Would you really would you even consider asking him a question like this? Fucking Kevin Bernstein, a long-term fan. You would consider asking him this, the guy that doesn't want to reveal anything about his life outside of how much money he needs for his new emergency that he wasn't prepared for because he spent all his money on mobile games.
You from a meme video a few months ago. I actually enjoy your content, and the stolen bread I picked up was great. Oh, you did get it? He said, I remember yesterday, Justin, you said you were going to get it for store pickup from World Market, and you got it. It's good, huh? Dude, I told you, it was fucking so good. It blew me away how good it was on DSP Try.
It made him open-minded.
I'm happy to hear that you watch me try it, and you're saying now yourself you're enjoying it. That's cool, man. Awesome. That's
cool. He changes lives on this stream. This is not your grandma's stream. This is not a boring shill stream. We change lives here.
All right.
Advising you what bread to eat.
All right. Thank you very much for the super chat. Nice of you. Okay. Continuing on. Low Carb Madman asks the following.
A low-tier madman.
GTA overall as a franchise has taken a turn for the worse, being mostly online as opposed to the traditional story-based and single-player formula that the series is known for. All right. This is actually an interesting question. I want to give you a good answer. I don't think I actually have to take too long to answer it, though, because I think it's pretty straightforward. Okay?
No.
Grand Theft
Yes.
Auto, up until the release of GTA 5, was a single-player
So he doesn't have to give you a big answer, but this is in the title of the video.
franchise.
So it's going to be a big answer.
Abilities for GTA 4 and the like, yes. Was that kind of a part of the experience? Yeah, you remember even Red Dead Redemption 1, GTA 4 had online play. Yes, there were people who actually, liked that a lot, but the focus of the series was a single-player, narrative-based game.
Hey, big ups, Lagertha.
GTA Online released, it was a buggy, broken mess that didn't work for like 2 months. Even trying it at launch, when it finally worked, it was terrible. It was bare bones, it was garbage. But There were people who stuck with it, and after a course of around 6 months, apparently it became this really cool interactive social experience. People got hooked on it. But GTA Online is not GTA when it comes to the mainstream series at all.
What does this
GTA
even
Online
mean?
is its own entity over here, and the narrative-based single-player GTA games are over here. They are not the same.
Yes. Yes. It's called GTA Online. It's a different thing.
They use the same assets. Yes.
Oh my god. It's fucking such a dumb logic. Because you can never see actual insight from the guy. Something that will make you fucking consider something or think about it. Think about it deeper. This is not this because they are different. Thank you, Phil. Next year, we graduating into 2nd fucking grade. Good job.
Same ideas. Yes, they're definitely not the same game. They're completely separate entities. They were even marketed as such.
Hey, big up, Steve. Have a nice time. See you around.
You know, what was happening in GTA?
No, they didn't promote it such.
What was happening with GTA?
No, yeah. Would you like the story to continue into the online mode that splits the player base in two? In people that want to play it and those that don't want to play it at all? So would you like it to be related to the single player? No. It has its own campaign. Each update has its own kind of story missions. They are story missions. It has them. But this guy hasn't played enough of it to know what it is. And I've played hundreds of hours of it. I know very well what it is. I have a fucking submarine in that game. That costs a lot of money, dude. I'm very rich in that game.
GTA 5 and vice versa. Now, what ended up happening was GTA 5 was a ginormous seller, right? Huge seller.
Okay, how can this happen if it was garbage? How can it happen if it was completely different? How is it completely different? Because GTA is it's a game that has a story, but it also has a big open world that you can run around and cause crime and do stuff, which is the same thing you can do in GTA Online. And they also have a campaign, basically, kind of, because there's cutscenes and characters and the story progresses. So yeah, they're different things, but they're still, it's an extension of the experience that already exists.
But what happened?
What happened? You don't know what happened. You didn't play it.
You sell an initial version of a narrative-based game. You have two choices.
Narrative-based game. Narrative-based game is Detroit Become Human. GTA has a campaign. But it's, I don't know.
Or make more money off of that same formula.
Narrative-based game is The Last of Us 2 or The Last of Us. It's a narrative-based game.
Do something different. So they said we want to focus on GTA Online, and what happened is that new offering, that new product, that social aspect of hanging out with your friends.
Well, I regret to inform you, but the social aspect has been a thing since a long time, since probably Vice City, if we gotta be as back as possible. Maybe even 3 has some element of that. I don't know if there's like a mod for it or not, but San Andreas does 1000% and has one of the most living online communities that I've personally seen, with hundreds of servers, with thousands of players playing on them, with custom assets and maps and scripts and mods and skins and all that kind of shit. So this has been around for a long fucking time. A long time, especially in GTA. Especially. San Andreas has not one, but 2 online modes. It has multi-theft auto and it has SAM, which is San Andreas multiplayer. So yeah, he's very wrong in this case.
Bunch of microtransactions, so you have fly clothes, and you got a cool ride, and you got all the stuff you need to do a heist together. It became a viral sensation. People
viral sensation
blew up in popularity to the point where GTA Online, as its own game, sorry about that, I punched my microphone.
Yeah, don't do that.
As
It sucks.
Its own game, GTA Online became just as mainstream successful as the single-player, narrative-based GTA experience
No. How do you determine success? Revenue? Well, the GTA campaign doesn't have microtransactions. They don't sell shark cards. Yeah, it's not a good metric to what become as popular as what. This is some like kindergarten fucking teenager logic. No, it's not as popular as GTA fucking 5. It's really not. It's very profitable, yes, because they make updates all the time and introduce new stuff that costs more and more and more money. So yes, it is profitable.
Okay, so what did Rockstar do? They said, oh shit, we got a printing machine over here.
A money pit.
So we can either put more time and effort over here to make an expansion for this, which some people will definitely buy, or we can just focus on our money printing machine over here. Look, it's even glowing. Look at the money printing machine here. It's like a giant fireball I'm holding in my hands on stream. Look at that. That's GTA Online. It's like nuclear white hot money.
I mean, at the same time, they were developing Red Dead 2 and the online for that. So yeah, apparently they didn't just quit doing everything. They didn't pull a Valve, I guess.
Making capabilities with microtransactions. So that's what Rockstar focused
on. Valve?
Okay. And the more that Rockstar focused on that, the more people jumped on it. You see? So I compare this very similarly to what happened with Valve. At one point, Valve...
Yeah, that's an actually appropriate comparison. But that's not what it is. They still release games. Like, what? They released Red Dead 2 like a couple years ago.
I want to call them. They made...
these games take a massive amount of time to complete, man. I don't understand why he's so ignorant of this. Because they cost a ton of money. The open world in that is living by its own. And this takes a massive amount of a personal touch in detail and just giving a fuck, which takes a long ass time. It's not a Ubisoft game that can come out every year. It's just not like that. And you don't want it to be like that, ideally.
Great games, right? Whether it was the Half-Life series, Portal, Team Fortress. These were amazing games, incredible amount of fan base. People loved them. But then Valve made Steam and realized, hey, we don't actually have to do any work. We could just make money. Here it is. Here's Steam. Look, it's a nuclear ball in the corner of...
They still developed CSGO and maintain it regularly. They made Half-Life Alyx and Dota 2. And those are really big cash cows anyways. And they made that card game for the Dota 2 thing. But yeah. But they did.
From my stream. Look, it's Steam.
Oh, and they're making the Steam Deck now. So I really don't get his complaint. They have been making games. Yeah, they didn't make Half-Life 3. They make Half-Life Alyx, but still they've been doing stuff.
Oh my god, I'm squeezing the money. Money is shooting out of it. Wow. And I don't have to make a game? I could just squeeze this ball over here and make a game? Oh, cool.
Oh.
Excuse me, I make money and not make a game. And that's kind of the same thing that happened.
And this is what irritates me about this shit is that he talks so arrogantly as if he knows some insider knowledge. While in the meantime, he provides no actual knowledge and insight. It's just stating the obvious. Yeah, this company back in the day used to release a lot of games that were good. And now they don't release a lot of games because they make money through other means that don't involve releasing games. So that's my take. Well, thank you, Phil. Thank you. I'm going to write this down on a blank piece of paper and burn it.
It's known for making amazing AAA games, but they found another way to make money that's easier, so they just jumped on that bandwagon.
Okay.
Now.
Yeah, it could have got a job, but you found a way to make money spamming YouTube videos, so you stopped getting a job.
Here's the thing. There's nothing wrong in my opinion. By the way, this is my opinion. This is not fact. This is my opinion.
Yeah, your opinion can be trash, and it can be called out.
Nothing wrong when you are seeing that something that you're doing is working and is popular. There's nothing wrong with going for the easy way to make some profit, to keep your business afloat, or maybe to even expand your business. It's fine. But this is the really important thing that these companies did not do. Okay? Rockstar, Valve, they did not remember the people who made them popular to begin with and made it possible to have them find that way to make that money. You understand what I'm saying?
I'm confused.
Got to the point.
And I know, this is like another Twitter fucking opinion, man. Another opinion. They don't listen to us fans. Well, yes, that is the opinion. When they release something that is not good and it's out of touch, they didn't listen to you. Big ups for fucking figuring that out.
They were at.
Wow.
Through the support of millions of fans around the world who loved and purchased over and over their single-player narrative-based experience games. Okay? The moment that Rockstar realized
Half-Life Alyx
more popular than their old formula, they abandoned it. Right? No,
but they still made Red Dead 2. That I understand. I would understand if they came up with nothing but GTA Online for the last 8 years. I would understand. But they didn't. They released one of the most critically acclaimed games of the decade. Come on, this is fucking silly. This shit takes years to make. And they made an online portion for that too. That is, I don't like it. I've spent quite an amount of time playing it, but there's not a lot of content into it anyways. But yeah, they still made a lot of shit.
Last decade, how many narrative-based games did Rockstar release? Can you answer?
Oh yeah, that's also, that's a good point. The people that made Valve are PC gamers. And Valve made the biggest and safest store to buy PC games. Well, that's it, debunked. So they forgot so much about their fan base that they made the biggest store in gaming for PC games. That has communities in it, it has guides, it has all these other functions. You can trade cards, you can sell skins, you can make money that you can then spend on a game. Such a good fucking idea, but they don't care about anybody. They just want that money, right?
Because I can answer it.
They just want the money.
1. Red Dead Redemption 2. That's it. Now look at Rockstar's history, historically. How many games in the 2000s did they release in a 10-year period that were narrative-based? A ton. There were like 3-4 GTAs would come out within a 10-year period, plus other games like Bully and stuff. What it was, they realized all the money can come out of GTA Online. And by the way, it's way easier to develop for GTA Online because all they're doing is tweaking it and adding little microtransaction features, little missions here or there. Way easier to develop for that than a giant narrative-based game with a new engine and everything. Hacking onto the
I mean, yeah, sure.
It's literally
that is true.
Printing money.
Printing the money.
Okay. But when you say, well, we're going to focus solely on that, you're abandoning everyone who made you popular to begin with. All right? It's just messed up. It really is. It's just...
Yeah, big ups Black Mage 666 for the super chat. Despite the insane pricing of the businesses they add, the content itself is all really well done in GTA Online. The stories are good and fun. I would say if you have some people that you want to play it with and that are not going to end up dropping off during a heist and ruining all your progress and stuff, I would say there's plenty of fun to be had. And you don't really even need to spend that much money into it, or any money whatsoever. I haven't spent any for shark cards and nonsense, and I have basically all that I want from playing with friends. But it's very fucking greedy, and the shit that they put inside is very expensive.
It's a messed up mentality that because now we found something that makes more money, we're going to abandon the people who got us popular to begin with, right? How fucked up is that? You know? And by the way, this happens with a lot of
agrees with me.
Not just these game companies.
A lot of people. Oh yeah, because this was all one big arc to get to talking about himself. Content creators. Let's see who.
They start off as one kind of person, one kind of content creator, then all of a sudden they go virally popular for something, and that's who they become. And
yeah, because you don't want to be doing YouTube videos your whole fucking life. When you get a chance and a hit at an industry that you can be somebody and build a name for yourself, you don't want to be doing fucking playthroughs your whole life. Some things need to move on. Or you end up being like DSP, just sitting there and being miserable all day.
They abandon all the people who were fans of theirs up until that point. They just don't care.
Tell me about it.
I'm popular now, I'm making money, so why do I care about the old school?
Yeah, you don't want to be doing gameplays and TikTok videos all your life. You want to move in at some point.
Right? It's the same deal. It's a really bad mentality to have, and basically it shows that you are completely ungrateful for any success that you had before you were white hot popular.
No, that's not what it means.
Care about those people at all.
No, that's not the black and white fucking vision, man. Black and white vision. Now, if you do this, then it means that you never cared and you were never appreciative and you never anything. Very fucking nice.
You know, it's a pretty.
You know, I don't know.
The best way.
Not sure if I know.
That they could have done this is saying, okay, we're gonna focus on GTA Online, but by the way, we respect the fans who made us popular, the ones who got us to this point where we could do this. So we are going to split our efforts. We are going to continue to develop offline single-player content, new games, DLCs, and we're going to do GTA Online as well. We can have two completely separate businesses that are different because they're not the same kind of game. They're just not. The ultimate slap in the face from Rockstar literally just happened a week ago. Are you guys aware of what
a week ago? Let's see.
They released an expansion for GTA.
Oh, no. I'm gonna let you finish, but this take is bullshit. Because that expansion is not a fucking story expansion. You just, because I know what it is in it, because I tried it. It's not a fucking story expansion. You just get to see what happens with characters that were in the story. Years after the fact. You get to see what fucking happens. It's not a major fucking slap in the face, a massive disrespect. Come on, give me a break. This shit sucks.
Online, not for GTA 5, for GTA Online. This expansion is actually
a story expansion. It's like, and it's like a couple of hours long. It's a couple of hours long.
Story expansion to the plot
with all the preparations and stuff, and all the queuing up for matches and stuff for the heist.
Line of GTA 5, the offline narrative.
Really not that special. What is more special is them adding a whole new island in the game when the island heist was happening. That's more special than this, because they added a whole new map that is not in the campaign and is unreachable in the campaign. That it probably should be, because why not? They decided to not do it. That is more disrespectful.
Phil's fat. Phil's a loser. Phil's a loser.
Hey, big ups Leo Charles for becoming mature adult member, dude. That's cool.
Story game. Okay? It features Franklin, one of the main three characters of the game.
Yeah, he's just in cutscenes.
What happened to him as he got older? What what he get involved in, his business ventures and all that stuff.
He doesn't even know what it fucking shows. He has no fucking idea.
Celebrity, a music
huge
maker.
Celebrity, music maker.
Game, right? Pretty damn good. Sounds great.
It doesn't. It really doesn't. If you've played GTA Online, you know it's exactly the same as all the other stuff. Some of it is good, some of it is not, but it's mostly just like a, you know, a solid thing. I guess like it's mid.
Did was play GTA 5 and you didn't play GTA.
Especially if you have people to play it with, then it could be good and a ton of fun. But if you're just trying to match up with randoms, good luck.
Online, you can't even play it.
Trying to coordinate and shit, not happening.
And an established account, you need to have $2 million in-game dollars.
Yes.
To even start the DLC.
Yeah.
What the fuck? All right. So let me get the. Okay. So let me see.
See. Come on, see. Make your opinion already.
All right.
Plus 2 millions in GTA Online is not a lot. But it's like he's upset, I think, because you can't start playing the DLC from the beginning of the online. So he wants to log in for the first time with a level 1 guy and be able to do the quest with Dr. Dre as a guy who has zero clout whatsoever. A level 1 guy, and he wants to go and hang out with Dr. Dre. That sounds very good. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. And they assume that you've played the heist. They assume that you've played everything before that. It's so confusing. So confusing. And he's like, with this weird smugness.
There's a good comparison.
Yeah, there's no. I hate those comparisons as well because most of them are not good in any way.
I feel like being known for one genre, changing your company to be popular in a different genre, and then, I'm going to continue the story of the stuff from the other genre in this new genre and screw everyone else who wants to experience.
No, they didn't. No.
You know?
No.
Like, I'll be honest with you. I would love to play a GTA 5 expansion that tells me what happened to Franklin. I can't. I would have.
He's okay. That's what happens to him. He's okay and he's rich. That's what happens to him. That's all you get to know. Now go and find out Dr. Dre's mixtape or whatever it was.
Online account. I would have to build it up to have 2 million in-game bucks to even get the expansion and try to play it. And by the way, again, if you're not,
yeah, if you had friends, you could do this in actually like 3 hours or maybe less.
Player of GTA Online, apparently it's a waste of time. This is something that's content for GTA Online.
Okay, sure.
Okay. So how is this making any sense? Right? There you go. Dark Maggot says, you also have to think about who owns Rockstar, Take-Two.
Yes, they're toxic. They're actually toxic. Fuck Take-Two. Fuck Take-Two. Because they also own 2K, and 2K is toxified because of them. So fuck them.
Lawsuit. Just bad people at the top in most of the game industry now. Yeah. And the sad part is now finally it's getting exposed.
Yeah, the DSP should be on top. He would never get exposed.
In charge of the
because nothing ever happened. There's no proof of it.
Basically, you're kind of scumbaggish, and they never really cared about nothing. They all they wanted to do was make money. Whether it meant abusing their employees with crunch, whether it meant abusing their employees with low pay, or actually abusing their employees,
Yeah.
physically and sexually and all this stuff. It's all being exposed now that the games industry is not some nice.
This is fucking
It's
toxic.
actually pretty awful and horrible, and the people who are in charge of these companies are scumbags. But the point I'm making here is the right thing to do for Rockstar or Valve or any of these companies, if you're finding a new way to be popular and make money, great. But don't abandon the people who got you there along the way. How fucked up is that, right? Oh, I don't care about you. I will never do anything for you guys ever again. I don't even care if you're the ones who put money in my pocket and allowed me to make GTA Online to begin with. All I care about is GTA Online because it prints money for me. It just shows that they just don't care. They don't. They don't care about their customer base. All they care about is the money. If they otherwise, they would have acted differently, and that's how they're acting. So
Then why were you spamming 30 videos a day? Come on. You cared about your core fucking audience? 30 videos a day? I don't even ever watch 30 videos a day. Never have. 30 videos a day.
that's the management of the company, and your decision if you want to support a company like that, right?
I mean, of course, this happened 10 years ago, but if he could do it now, he would do it now. And there would be a million excuses to why.
Well, DC has an Ask the King haiku. Here we go.
Oh,
Ask
no.
the King is great. This is my first time doing a haiku of this.
No.
Thank you for the
Stop.
festive.
Stop. This haiku is supposed to have some
Okay, I've been talking for an hour.
poetry in it.
I think what we should
It's
do.
not poetry. This just like this the same way that DSP does gaming with absolutely no soul to it. It's just everything that fits into the definition of what it is and the rule set of how it works. So okay, he's going on a break after an hour because he's a senior. Now let's see the part 2. YouTube changes. Boss fights is fun as a kid. So we get to Italian flashback segment. Let's see. Come on, start talking. Hey, big ups Klaus Mystery for becoming a member.
For your contributions and your support so far today, everyone. Thank you. Now, by the way, I do see that some people are leaving. I knew some of you would during today's live stream. I said I know people will be busy with holidays.
Why are you acknowledging people leaving?
Who were taking off? Have a very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to all of you. I hope that you're safe and have a good time, and hopefully I'll see you after Christmas. All right. Okay. Continuing on. Zane asked the following.
Zane.
We're still in member questions.
From One
I'm not
Direction?
kidding. We're an hour into Ask the King. We're still in member questions. If you're not seeing how big of a benefit it is to become a channel,
Massive benefit.
your question answered.
Or you can drop by in any of his streams ever at any time that you desire and send him a fucking $1 super chat and ask him your question. You're gonna get the exact same response. Maybe it's even gonna be much less long-winded, because I would assume that you want your response to be short and sweet and not meandering and a waste of time. And then in the end, it might not even be answered. So yeah, hope you like those kind of responses.
Okay. Now, Zane asked the following. You made some massive changes to your
Hey, big
channel
ups,
this year on
Smachenko.
YouTube is planning to change up their YouTube gaming for the next year with massive changes like gifted memberships and more discoverability.
Gifted
With that
memberships.
in mind, how do you plan on building your
Discoverability. Who is he trying to fool? That discoverability of all things is going to make his channel better. His channel being exposed to more people will only result in more people ignoring it. That's the only thing that it's going to do. Or more views for Snort Burnell, because that's how these things work. I don't know why he hasn't realized it yet. Discoverability, for DSP in particular, only means that more people are going to find out that he's a lolcow. And more people are going to watch the detractors and are going to fuck with him and are going to be, I don't know, trolls, I guess.
An audience up for the following.
Oh yeah, very nice fucking...
It's a valid question. The only problem is I can't really answer the question yet.
Oh, I can't answer it.
Actually
Okay.
see concretely.
But as a business, do you have any estimates on how this change on the platform that you do business will affect your business? Do you have any plan in case it's not good, or in case it's great? Or of how you're going to capitalize on that momentum or something? Do you have something? Or it's just, no, let's hope that this is going to happen, and then I'm going to ask a lot of people to become gifted members, and then they're going to do it because I'm going to ask them a lot. And in the end, after I ask them all, then they will give me the money. And I win. I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
Actually does. And the reason I say that is YouTube has a tendency to promise something, and then when they go to deliver it, they either take forever to the point of by the time that it's actually delivered, it doesn't really matter anymore, or when they deliver it, it's not functional, or when they deliver
Like when? What was not functional?
You see what I'm saying? Like, I would love to tell you right now, oh, with gifted memberships, with new discoverability, here's my plans, and then it all turns out it's nothing like they promised. You see? So I don't want to do that. I don't want to get all of our hopes up that things are going to improve dramatically in one way or another way, and then it doesn't happen, all right? Here's what I can tell you. First of all,
well, it's not going to improve dramatically. That's the whole thing. He's still going to be begging. With gifted memberships, with the best discoverability in life, he's still going to be begging because that's his ways. That's how he does stuff. That's just the, as we said from earlier, a negative reinforcement being endorsed to have this lifestyle by his fans that enable him. So yeah, basically in the end, you're going to get just him doing what he does always, with begs.
I know for a fact that I have some generous viewers who like to gift memberships. Or in the case of
I have some
previous
I know I have PayPigs. That was this segment.
Site I used to use, gift subscriptions.
Previous site I used to use. Can't even name drop Twitch anymore.
In particular, and it wasn't, even though there's one person that everyone always
brings. 2 or 3 people. This is so fucking sad. I know there's 2 or 3 people that are gonna give me a lot of money for this fake fucking growth on my channel.
Up, right? There were all
DSP. Fake growth is the last thing you need, because that's only gonna make people more suspicious. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because you can go to a channel that says on the screen it has 1,000 members. Wow, this channel is so good, man. And then you see his chat is dead. He's falling asleep on stream. The game is boring as fuck. He starts asking you for money every 20 minutes, starts telling you how long since the last tip. And as a new guy, you get suspicious. How the fuck does this guy got all these subs while being completely trash at what he does? And then you find out. It only makes people more suspicious.
Other people as well. Around the holidays time, they say, man, I'm feeling festive. I'm feeling nice and fun. I actually want to help with Phil's streams. I want to help the whole community as a whole. Yes, this helps Phil, but I like the idea that I'm helping the whole community as a whole. So what I would like to do is actually gift a bunch of subscriptions that helps everyone. So, you know, they would drop a 20, 30 sub bomb on the stream chat. All these people now would have subscriptions. It would help me out. In the long term, some people would actually like the subscription so much, they would want to keep it. And they would end up extending their level of their subscription, or even upping the level of their subscription long term, because they liked it so much for that little trial that they had. So it's funny because some people say, oh, when memberships or subscriptions are gifted, that's not true support. That's not long-term growth.
It's not. No, it's not.
It does actually.
It really is not. Because it's not having the gifted subs that it's a bad thing. It's relying on gifted subs to hit this goal, to be able to fucking survive with your business and all that bullshit. Because he's relying them. Because gifted subs existing, it's a cool thing for the reasons he just said. But first of all, his members' benefits are not great and don't make a lot of sense and are not really worth the money, I would say, especially for DSP. Because what do you want to do? Write a comment in his comment section? Vote for a stupid game that then you're going to get guilt tripped that he doesn't like playing or doesn't fit a marathon style setting? You know this happens every time. Come on. This happens. So the gifted subs, gifted memberships existing, that's a good thing for the average guy. But DSP is not the average guy or not the below average guy. He's much in the 1% of people that are like him.
Into long-term growth and support. If people end up liking it during that trial, then they keep getting it themselves. You see, it does end up actually benefiting in the long term. Remember, when I started on Twitch back in 2017, I had about as many as I got right now when it comes to subscriptions, right? And what happened? Slow growth over the years, people gifting. And every time that there was a holiday that came up and they had September or a holiday Christmas event on Twitch, everyone would get gifted subs and some people would keep them. And it almost, now I got 400, 500 consistent. Wow. Now I have 600 consistent. Now I have 700 consistent. And it just kept going like that. We're at a consistent level of people who would sub and resub. And then on top of that, more gifted stuff. You see? So what I feel will happen is, and by the way, Justin, thank you. I know, Justin, you just did another tip. I saw it. I will shout it out when I finish answering this question, and we'll get to the next tier of reward here. This is ridiculous. Now the sun's coming out again outside. Hold on a second. This is preposterous. I see the camera. My camera doesn't know what to do with the exposure because
Terrible.
outside it's raining, then it's sunny, then it's raining, then it's sunny again. So
Yeah, get a better fucking camera. Your camera is from 10 years ago.
Pinkish and then white again and pink. So I closed the blinds. Now we won't have that anymore. Jeez. Okay. Now, the point I'm getting to is thus.
The point is
YouTube
thus.
does what they've promised they're going to do in 2022. And let's say within the first 2 months of the year, there's now gifted memberships. I guarantee you that in February, when there is a huge amount of new releases coming out in a short period of time,
No.
there will be people who will come and gift memberships to the
Talking
channel.
about releases again, man. This guy has so little faith in himself being able to entertain you, no matter what game he plays. He has so little faith every time he has to talk about the new fucking releases. The new releases. New video games to play. But it's not the games that make your stream, it's you. Because they can watch the games anywhere. He doesn't believe in himself, man. Not at all.
Like, wow, I love this place. I love hanging out with Phil.
Wow, I love this place.
Let's do this.
Really?
He'll drop those membership bombs, and people will appreciate it and love it. And there may be some people
Yeah.
who long-term like
He's trying to tell you in advance. He's trying to pre-order you getting it and planting the seed inside. So now when it becomes a thing, he's gonna probably name his stream the first ever membership gifting stream or some nonsense gimmick like he likes to do shit. And he's gonna expect you to drop bombs. And at first there will be definitely. So yeah, don't be surprised when it happens.
and their memberships, and it will help the channel with growth. It absolutely will. But
you don't help the channel with growth. If it was somebody else running his channel, it would grow much faster. I'm 1000% sure. And that would be actually a very curious case if somebody else ran DSP Gaming for like, I don't know, a month, and then everything was good, and then DSP comes back, and he doesn't know, man. Why was it good? This guy, he's not even Phil.
work the same way it worked over on Twitch? Are there going to be different criteria? Is it, you know what I'm saying? We don't know.
No. If you're a partner and you're monetized, you probably, if you can have normal members, you probably will have gifted members. Or at least maybe the rollout is going to be a little bit slow, so some people are going to have it, others won't. In any case, you're going to hear him complain about it, so we'll get to know what happens through him, through his complaining.
Gifted membership be the same cost as a regular membership? Will a gifted membership work differently? We don't know. Until we have the date it's happening, the details of what's happening, it's impossible to try to plan around stuff like that. It really is. Like, how can you plan around it?
You don't plan
How it's
anything.
going to be implemented properly. They also said, oh, there's going to be new discoverability on YouTube for streamers. That's great. You said that also.
No.
Years ago, you launched YouTube Gaming. It was a complete separate site from YouTube itself. And you claimed it was going to be the go-to.
I've never been there, by the way. I've never been once to YouTube Gaming. I have no idea what there is there. No clue.
They did. They said, oh, you're going to be able to go there to see gaming videos, gaming streams. Forget Twitch. Go to YouTube Gaming.
But it's like, even if you had YouTube Gaming and it worked great, you would have way too much competition to stand out in any meaningful way. In any way. You would have probably a watch time for new impressions, I would say like 2 minutes. Because they're gonna see his fucking pre-stream and see he's not playing games, and they're gonna fuck off and go to somebody who's playing games. Come on, man. We've been through this 1,000 times. What is this better fucking discoverability? It's not happening.
They stopped mentioning it. They stopped promoting it. They didn't constantly update it ever. It just kind of was, and it fizzled out. You know, remember, I tried doing streaming on YouTube for a while, and people were like, oh, you're going to benefit from YouTube Gaming. No, it didn't help at all.
No, you're not going to benefit from any platform. Unless they allow you for someone to directly give you a large sum of money. Then is when you're going to benefit. You're not going to benefit as a creator because you don't create. You generate. You don't create stuff. Behind creating stuff, there's a creative process that includes a lot of different things. Mostly creativity and the desire to do stuff, which he doesn't have. So no, he's not a creator. He's a content catalyst. He's a content generator.
Because it never had the discoverability or the features that Twitch had.
No.
It failed. And YouTube gave up. Instead of YouTube saying, okay, we announced something.
It's like this discoverability and stuff. It's like for people that actually try. People that actually try and get in there. Get their foot in the door. Get noticed. Get recognition. Build a name for themselves. Build a community. And DSP just wants to build a bigger paycheck. That's all he wants. All he wants.
They have a tendency to announce.
And he wants the platform he's currently using to adapt to his needs so he can make more money doing less. Well, this isn't much of a bargain for me, or probably for Susan.
Support it for 2 months and then drop it all together and move on to something else, right? Right now, YouTube's focus is these YouTube shorts. They're
Hey, big ups, movie sign.
Maybe next year for 2-3 months.
Yeah, that's not gonna be very effective trying to be like TikTok.
Drop that and go on to the next thing. This is the problem. They don't,
because both Instagram and YouTube are trying to be like TikTok, and all they do is upload recycled memes from TikTok that you've already seen if you were on TikTok. If you haven't seen, then you probably don't want to
focus enough on something for it to finally have an end game improvement. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's nice to have a tweak here and a tweak there, but unless you actually full-time focus on something to try to make it better, it's never going to succeed. YouTube absolutely, positively, 100% this year could have overtaken Twitch as the main streaming site on the internet. They have the capacity.
No.
Tools,
no.
They have the bandwidth. They have the.
No, it's not. It's not just this. It's not just this. It's not just this. It's not just this. That's just like saying Twitch can outmatch YouTube in being a video sharing platform. No, they need to change a lot internally. A lot. Big ups Black Mage for super chat. This is worse than the American slave trade. No, it's not. It's not.
On Twitch.
That shit was much worse.
Could have become the premier
much worse.
site.
But this is still pretty bad.
Recruiting top Twitch streamers. They were basically trying to get people to understand that here it's not like Twitch. But what did they do then? They dropped the ball.
Because there's plenty of people, and it's again with that shitty argument. I don't like that with a lot of people, but I would assume that people watch YouTube for YouTube and not for Twitch. And yeah, there's live streams and they kind of take a back seat, but it's mainly a video sharing platform, and it's great at this because it's free. It has unlimited time that you can upload videos, unlimited bandwidth, unlimited storage, unlimited thumbnails, and all kinds of bullshit. And you can make money off of it. So yeah, it's pretty fucking good for YouTube.
We got all these streamers to come over and did no improvements to the streaming. Great. So what was the point? And the answer is there was none. I don't understand.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Because I'm not a real streamer. I just talk about fucking DSP. So I don't know about discoverability and this other nonsense. But I would assume if you want to be a streamer on YouTube, you would probably run your YouTube channel first and foremost and upload all your stuff and make sure all that is good. And then you attract people to your streams. Because guess what? YouTube is for videos. Twitch is for streams. That's by design. Now, what they're trying to do after the fact, now that's a different thing. That can always change.
Decisions that the management of YouTube make. Why would you pay all this money to pull top Twitch streamers off of Twitch and stream exclusively on YouTube, then add nothing to make YouTube streaming desirable to the masses, right? There's people right now on Twitch that really want to leave. Seriously. They're like, man, on Twitch, there's toxicity, there's hatred, there's all kinds of bigotry and nonsense on there. The site promoted girls taking off their clothes and doing sexual acts for a public audience.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, that is a thing that happens.
Good, which is.
But it's also, you can go in on the main page, you can see people playing chess and watching videos and talking and doing all kinds of stuff. It's not a. He lives in this past age where Twitch is all about games. It's not. It's a live streaming site, and they can live stream themselves looking at whatever they want and doing whatever they want, just like what I'm doing now, which some people would find objectively stupid and some people would find fucking hilarious, I guess. But it's like that. They can do whatever they want. It's up to the market that is not always smart. So yeah, it's like that with everything.
It's vile.
Welcome to life.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they did all these.
Yeah, children are watching a lot of worse stuff than Twitch streams. A lot.
They're deathly afraid that if they leave Twitch and come to YouTube, they will fall into a black hole of oblivion and never be able to be seen again.
Because this is the thing, man. Because I don't know of any streamer that does a radical change like this. They just leave one site that they used to make a living, or some benefit at least, and just move over completely else. What I would usually suppose they do is they keep running the YouTube channel with highlights and stream clips and all that other nonsense that you want for the YouTube purposes and growing yourself on YouTube. Because you don't have to just be on one place all the time. You can multitask. You can develop multiple platforms at the same time. And that's actually how it's supposed to do it. So you can reach more people and they can reach you.
Because YouTube's algorithm is
fucking silly. Such a silly man.
You're making drama content.
Yeah, now it's about, unless you're Review Tech USA, then nobody's gonna care. All right, sure.
You cannot be found.
Sure.
You can't, if you're the content creator, you can't be found. Someone making a video about you in a negative way can be found, but not the original content. You know? So, yeah, until they change all that. Right? I don't see how any kind of tweaks, any kind...
How are they going to change that? They should put gamers on the front page? What? I don't even know. Because in all his complaints are like this. A basic-ass complaint with absolutely no insight on how you can fix it. From a gamer that's been doing this for a job for 13 years. He has no idea how to fix it. Well, this is wrong, but yeah, YouTube fix it and I'll make money for free. After you make this platform better for me. Sounds good? Sounds very mutually beneficial. He's gonna continue doing his garbage, getting 1,000 views at best for a gameplay video, and maybe a couple more thousand for a drama video. And he's gonna get paid more and get better exposure. Very fucking nice. Big ups Black Mage for the super chat. I was 11 when I discovered the Girls Gone Wild ads on Comedy Central. Then I went on the website and the rest is history. Yeah, there's a similar story with a lot of people. A lot of people do this.
2022 is going to help. Oh, we're going to improve discoverability. How? You said that years ago. You created YouTube Gaming.
They're gonna put Phil on the front page. That's how. They're gonna put Dark Side Phil. His ugly fucking goatee is gonna be on the main page of YouTube. Next to PewDiePie and the Rad Brad. They're gonna be the faces of YouTube. The gamers are taking over. Until the next N-word incident, and then we're taking it all back. Then the breast streamers are gonna be the highlight. Because they're super inoffensive.
And then after 3 months, you dropped it.
And they look good. They don't have patchy fucking goatees. I'd rather look at them, even though they don't. They have just as much of insight to offer me as DSP does in gaming and in life, basically.
On your site, basically got screwed, right? Yeah. They're like, well, I'm here. At least my following watches me, but I can't get anyone else to find my content. And they've done nothing in all these years to fix that. It's the same thing.
Who else complains about it like that? I don't know.
I don't know how they're gonna do anything. So
I don't know.
Like, what I like.
I don't know anything.
Plans for 2020.
I don't know anything, but I want everyone to constantly be doing their best to improve my experience. But I don't know anything, and I'm not gonna do anything. But I want everyone at all the time to be improving my experience, my money that I make. I want them to be improving it, and I'm not gonna do anything. Big ups Cobalt for the super chat. It's hilarious to try and visualize what Phil's ideal streaming platform would look like. I don't know, man. I don't know. Something that he would have basically maybe like a relationship with somebody running it, so he would get boosted, he would cheese the level, because he shouldn't be grinding anymore. He shouldn't be grinding at all. Shouldn't be doing anything to attract viewers. They should be coming to him and begging him for more content and begging him to send him tips.
When gifted memberships launch, we'll do this. When discoverability improves, we're going to do these things to try to get more discovered by a common group of people on YouTube. We don't know any of this. We don't know how it's going to work. We don't know when it's happening. We can't even trust YouTube to do it right. They've let me down so many times over the years. I can't trust them to do anything right. I'll be honest.
Yeah, well, they kind of don't owe you anything since you're using it for free. You don't even have a... You don't have a contract with anybody. You don't know any executive people. I mean, come on. They don't owe you anything. You're a small fucking guy. You're completely irrelevant for the grand scheme of YouTube. And like I said, he's in one of those 1% of people that just are entitled to better stuff because of some reason. And also he is trolled. So that puts him in the other 1% or maybe a little bit more percent. So yeah, in the end of the day, he's having a very different experience from most other people who would just mind their own business, doing their own stuff, no drama involved, playing games, chilling, interacting, doing like events and shit. And yeah, you know what it is.
I just can't. If they need to actually start building confidence in creators, that creators would want to come here and have their communities be a part of YouTube.
They already do.
They just have not.
But guess what? For videos.
Instilled that confidence in anyone as of now. Okay? There's potential. There's monstrous potential. And the potential keeps...
Because why? Because it's free?
When YouTube doesn't follow.
Because it's free and it gives you money. So there's monstrous potential for what? For a lot of money. That's the fucking potential. Potential side fill.
So let's see what... Let me put it this way. I'm going to approach 2022 with an air of positivity. I would love DSP gaming to explode.
No.
I would love DSP...
This is just like a beyond a fantasy for DSP gaming. This dead-end fucking YouTube channel to explode. Like, unless you whip out that meat right now and fucking treat yourself now live on stream, then this shit is not exploding. Maybe a little bit of a oof, but not an explosion. Not an explosion. It's not happening.
And become bigger than
just probably physically impossible.
Out than ever before.
No.
Because I think this channel has that potential. But we have to somehow...
Checking it out is a very nice term that implies that people would stay after they check it out, which they don't. If anything, they stay on Snort Burnell's channel and not on Phil Burnell's channel.
Shake this air of negativity off the channel because
that's not happening.
Toxic content.
Not happening. That will never happen, actually. How do we fix it? DMCA, everybody.
The algorithm. So I can't...
Doesn't run the algorithm.
I'm putting out positive content. People...
No, you're not.
You're not toxic like you used to be.
You're not? People are telling me you're not toxic. You fucking are. Who is telling you this? Who is telling you this? Who are these behind-the-scenes voices? Is this the schizophrenia arc? Phil, you're not toxic, Phil. You're not toxic. You're a beautiful person. Phil, I love you, Phil. I love you, Phil. Phil. Schizophrenia arc. Coming back. Never left.
It's personable to watch your streams and have interaction with you.
You're totally personable.
Says about you. That's great, but how do I get people to know that when YouTube only promotes the content of the people who are saying that?
Yeah. Because more people think the opposite of what that one person said, or those couple of people said, that are already under Pignosis, already know that they like Phil, because he's got to them.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
I don't have that answer. Maybe we'll find out in 2022, right? So Justin did another $41 tip and says, I won't be out tipped by the 1 minute man.
Out tipped. So there's a tip war.
Now being 1 minute man.
A tip genocide. Big ups Blackmaid for the super chat. This channel won't ever explode. More like dribbling on the floor. Sounds like it. And Cobalt for super chat. Big ups. You can tell Phil has an inferiority complex, as he always looks up to the sky with his hands up when addressing a company, bigger creator, etc. Or maybe he just wants to make himself seem like he's the small guy. The small guy. The gated community small guy. The crowd-funded over 100,000 American dollars per year small guy. The WWE champions in Jin small guy. That guy. He's that guy. Thank you guys for the super chat.
With a $41 tip, that jumps us all the way up to $171 in tips, which means, ladies and gentlemen, yes, you get to now vote on the final festive Christmas sweater of 2021. This is the last time you will see a festive Christmas sweater on my stream.
Because most of the things that I think DSP does at this point in time are related to manipulating you. That's why most of the topics are twisted back to being about him or other creators and how he is not similar to them in the ways that are considered bad. But he is similar in the ways that are considered good, but then he is misunderstood and underappreciated because of the trolls. And you see how I spun this whole thing around to it being about him being good and not bad, and good and not bad. Phil is good, remember?
Do a poll.
Phil's good, man.
Which final sweater
will Phil wear?
The most
suitable for Phil.
Oh no, this time he didn't refer to himself in the third person. Somebody told him it was embarrassing.
The kitties.
Which hat should Phil wear later on the stream?
Are you gonna take that 1 minute man? 1 minute
no.
Man doesn't, I don't think he's gonna play that game. And
oh yeah, I don't think he's gonna do it. That's the other one. The I don't know if you're gonna do it. Persuasion. That's how it works. Hey, I don't think you can start a tip war, dude. I don't think you can do it. I think you don't have enough money. I think you're a broke bitch. Let's see. Prove me wrong, bitch. Come on, 1 minute, man. Come on, you little cuck. Come on, Pieg. That's how it goes.
1 minute man is someone who likes to support.
He likes to support.
Doesn't interact
Behind the scenes. Yeah, nothing tells me this is a small independent content creator such as receiving hidden amounts of money behind the scenes from people that want to give him fucking money. He's such a small guy, man. He's so fucking small. I can barely fucking see him. So small.
Where I haven't hit a tips goal or whatever, they usually contribute in a big way, which is very appreciated. But I've never seen 1 minute man actually snap back at someone and be like, "Oh no, I want to be top tip" or anything.
Yeah, well, this is the first time for everything.
Okay. People are voting right now on the sweater. Thank you so much, Justin, for all the tips and pushing us over this goal. Thank you very much.
You got the prayer hands. Just so you know.
Beyond that tips goal.
Oh yeah, he has two PayPal accounts, as we learned from the statues guy. The $6,000 statue guy. The DSP was sending pictures of statues in the middle of the night and was telling him to contribute behind the scenes to a secret PayPal account. That was like, I don't know, the dspgaming at yahoo.com or some shit. It was something else than his normal email.
The fact that I'm not doing a second stream tonight, I'm not streaming at all tomorrow.
Well, this means he needs double the money. Anything else still helps.
The fact that I'm not streaming for the next day.
Remember when the Christmas stream was not a begging stream? And then he told you, I bought all this food for you guys. I spent $70 on DoorDash for you. You better appreciate it. He said something along those lines. And then he fell asleep twice on his fucking stream. I caught him in I don't know, 480p. Terrible quality, but I caught him. And then he looked at the camera. The fucking greasy ass pig had the audacity to look at the camera to see if we caught him. Yeah, we caught him. Fucking sleeping ass.
Half, and it's much appreciated.
Yeah, the statue thing, I watched the Tervine video about it. That shit was great.
Thank you, guys. Okay, let's continue. Nathan! Mr. Nathan Smith.
Mr. Nathan, let's go.
Regular and a big supporter of this.
The regular Nathan.
If you could choose one game series to come back, what would it be? I thought about this, and I was thinking about all the game series that
Heavy Rain.
Played.
He needs to make a Heavy Rain 2, so he can make it as a nostalgic playthrough or some shit. Then some guy from a million years ago that is now like 65 is gonna show up and say that he watched it back in the days. And at that point, he's gonna drop 1,000 gifted subs. And it's gonna shoot up DSP to the all-time highest sub count on YouTube.
10 to 13 years that I've been a content creator.
Yeah, he said I would like to see the other two hats. And he started on Christmas, was such an asshole. He started with the lamest hats. With the fucking cowboy hat and the other like fisherman dipshit hat. That sucks.
Alright.
He was so lame with it. So lame.
I was like, man, you know, I really wonder
where he slept during, I think, Skyrim. Or I can't remember, it was, maybe Resident Evil 4. When there was a cutscene, he was falling asleep. I put it on full screen. I'm probably gonna find it and clip it someday.
What game franchise? And I was starting to think, what about BioShock? And then actually, if you guys didn't hear, BioShock's coming back. They're making a new one now.
Cool.
Okay, so that's not Mass Effect. Oh, Mass Effect's coming back. They're making. Oh, okay.
They should make it.
One that I feel like a big
I don't know. Good.
That I don't understand. Hopefully. Because I think that the series was great, and only really had one small misstep. Was Infamous. Infamous 1 and 2.
Infamous.
Giant, very successful games. Hugely successful. Okay? Infamous Second Son. Not as much.
Why?
Still, people talk about it to this day and say they liked the game.
Yeah, he fell asleep. I'm sure he fell asleep twice. And once of the times, he woke up. Of course, it was for like a moment, but he was falling asleep. It was very clear to see. He woke up and he looked directly in the camera out of guilt to see if we saw him. It was like it's like I'm looking at a 6-year-old fucking child.
I didn't love it. I thought that Infamous 1 and 2 were better. But the thing that gets me is that they just kind of dropped it entirely, remember? They did Second Son, and then they did the spin-off.
Yes.
And after that,
Last Light.
It just ended. They never tried again.
But they went on to make Ghost of Tsushima, remember? The game that is good? Yes, that's from Sucker Punch. What do you mean they left it? Well, they stopped making it. They went to make something better.
And it confuses me.
What?
That they did that because
Wow. It confuses me that they stopped making Half-Life games after Half-Life, the last one that they made. I don't know which one. Half-Life 2, whatever. But it confuses me. Why would they not make it anymore? Well, they went to do something else. It confuses me too.
Franchise had potential, especially, you know, it's been so many years since Second Son. It would be perfect to like reboot it or whatever, right? Holy crap, another tip has come in, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my god, another tip has arrived.
Claus himself just tipped
himself,
me
the guy.
$42.
The guy himself.
Following. Ho, 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 my friends. Santa wishes you all a Merry Christmas. You all enjoyed the festivities and fun time with your family.
Festivities.
Thank you, Santa Claus, straight from the North Pole, with festive support.
Yeah, it's somewhere. I think you can find the timestamp when if you scroll through it and you see where it's full screen. The entire screen is just DSP's face, and then he falls asleep. This is the second time.
And so now Santa Claus.
So if you want to go find it, then sure, go ahead.
That jumps us up to 213. Wow.
That's awesome, man.
For that support today. Very appreciated. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Super appreciating, man. It's Christmas. Time of generosity.
Thank you, Santa Claus. Appreciate that.
Be generous with this chill.
All right.
Pass it around. Pass this chill around.
Please keep voting, guys. I'm going to leave it running for about another minute or two.
Oh, no. Let's skip through this shit. There's so much more.
Blacksmiths, and they'll fuse the runes together for you to make better runes to put on your weapons and armor. You see? I also explained to her that you need to find the master blacksmith and the master weaponsmith so that way you can do the high level stuff, because without that, the whole game, you're suffering trying to craft armor.
Suffering. Okay, let's suffer through this segment.
Creators do the same kind of content that I'm doing. I like to do when I'm not doing it.
Oh, okay.
I want to be when I'm not doing.
Okay. Let's see this great question.
Xbox and
okay, do you play games off the stream? And it's gonna be a no.
It's like watching and commenting and helping her when I can with knowledge, as opposed to actually jumping in and playing the game with her. See what I'm saying?
Okay.
All right. Continue.
Okay. Hey, big ups to Rodachi for the super chat. DSP gaming is basically like the SS Kiangia. Let me guess. There's something that sank, huh?
Moving on. The Danimal.
Most probably.
Another channel member. Being that streaming is your full-time job, do you play your Xbox and PlayStation off of your streams? Or is
I liked my cameo in the secret video too.
Something that you only do for streaming. Outside of watching my wife play or assisting my wife play.
My wife.
Never play anything at all in this office unless I'm on a stream. Never.
Because it reminds him of his job. Having to do that, as in play games, but ask for money. So yeah, this is way too much. So he tries to do everything in his power. That's what you would think, right? A guy that begs for money every day would try to do everything in his power to stop begging for money. And he was telling us the other day, he loves the streams. But his least favorite part of the entire chill is that he has to ask you for the money. That's the toxic thing. That's the one thing he hates. But what has he done to stop asking for money? Did he get a job? Did he get a better business plan that doesn't rely on fucking charitable contributions? No, not really. He's just saying he doesn't like it and continues to do it, as everybody who doesn't like something and then proceeds to continue doing it, I guess, makes some sense. No, it doesn't. Never. Never made sense.
That's right. Right, buddy?
Even Jasper is telling him it doesn't make sense. Did you hear meow?
Never. This is my work. This is my job.
That was my wife?
This is what I do for a living.
Okay.
That's my hobby. Listen, I love
it. Yeah, you should stop. You should just keep it back as a hobby. You should give it the good old let's just be friends treatment.
Something for a living, the last thing you want to do is then do it off stream. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because when I first started on YouTube as a content.
Oh, you found the clip? Let me write down the timestamp. Okay, it's 10:34. All right, I'm gonna write it down. Maybe I'm gonna clip it out later. Because I didn't hear enough people bring out the fact that DSP fell asleep. And not only did he fall asleep once, he fell asleep another time after that. And by falling asleep, I mean, yeah, he was drifting away. He didn't actually start snoring and shit. But yeah, it's very disrespectful. If you're doing specifically a Christmas or any type of style special event, to fall asleep when you're the host, I think is very disrespectful. And I don't give a shit if he drank or he did drugs, or he took Percocets or some shit. That's totally, I don't give a shit. It's his job. As he's telling us right now.
To be like, oh, well, who do you watch? And I'm like, who do I watch? No.
Oh, thanks for the timestamps. Those are good.
Watch other content creators do the same kind of content that I'm doing. Like, what are you talking about?
You're gonna learn stuff, and you're gonna socialize, and you're gonna network, and they might even give you a shout out or something if you're not an asshole.
I want to be, when I'm not doing my work, I want to do other things outside of what I do for work. So my games are work, so I don't want to play games. I mean, it's nice watching my wife play games because it's different. It's a different perspective, different skill levels in different games. Actually, she's better at some stuff than I am, and she's not as good at some stuff as I am. So it's different. It's interesting to see someone play the same games that I've played and stuff. And also, I like seeing her different choices when she plays a game different from what I did when I played them. But that being said, I want to unwind and unplug from all of this when I'm not on stream. You see what I'm saying? Like, to me, it's more relaxing to say, okay, I am not going to do this stuff when I'm offline. Let me go do other stuff. Let me watch television with my wife, listen to some relaxing music, play with Jasper Kitty, watch my wife.
Listening to music on iTunes. We found out where the money, iTunes money goes, dude.
Games. Then
games. Views. I don't want to be Mr. Views.
This is my gaming experience right here. That's good. That way I don't get burnt out. Choom Baguette. Now I will answer Choom Baguette's question from earlier when they asked, have you ever suffered from eye strain? Yes. There's
yes.
Eye strain.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Yeah, big ups for the fucking question. Like, at this point, it's actually on the Pieg for asking dumb questions like this. Because you know you're gonna get the yes and response. And you might even guess the yes and plus backstory response, which is the fucking worst shit. You want to hear him talking about eye strain for 10 minutes and the different types of eye strains? This the most fucking boring guy alive that has nothing to add to any conversation that has ever happened or will ever happen in the future. He has nothing to add to it. You want to hear him talk about eye strain for 10 minutes? It's your fucking fault. Stop asking him stupid questions.
My eyes burn.
Ask somebody who's going to give you an actual response instead.
Number one, when spring first starts and all the pollen is out, because I do have pollen allergies, and man, that first week of spring or 2 weeks of spring can get real bad because I have postnasal drip, but it also affects my eyes bad to the point where it's like if I touch my eye, it'll swell up and be pink and burning. Like, ah, shit. Okay? The other time that happens is during the very beginning of winter or fall when we turn on the heat. So now you have dry air and dry heat in the house for the first time in many, many months. And that dry air actually also affects my eyes, my membranes. It makes it...
The membranes.
In fact, I would say the first week or 2 weeks that we had the heat on like a month or two ago was bad. And then I kind of got my body adjusted to it, and now I'm okay with it again. So, now strain in particular, have there been days when I actually had a full-on eye strain playing games? Yes. I'm happy to report it has not been a major issue.
Yes, obviously. It's a... Come on, man. What is this question? It's a guy that plays games for a living for the last over 10 years. Of course he had eye strain. Of course he has eye strain. Hey, Phil, have you ever held a controller before?
Well, yes. The first time I held it, it was in 1973, when the NES Plus 3 came out. Was the first controller. Remember, it was this plasticky controller. It was a little bit hard controller. Had the buttons were like glitched.
Yeah, that's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get the nonsense fucking answer. Because there's nothing interesting about this guy. About his takes on stuff that you would ask him. That's why this show is so fucking redundant. And he was right. Because now when he's an interactive live streamer and whatever he calls himself, interactive fucking content creator, whatever, you ask him during the stream. And you get the answer to your question then. You don't need long-winded responses that have nothing as content in them.
I first started doing this full-time, this job full-time, I bought these.
Yeah, back in the day, I bought this when I first started doing. Everything goes back to the origins.
The Gunner glasses, okay? The reason I bought them was because I actually felt that if I did...
Yeah, he's an interactive podcaster. Definitely he is.
It might actually hurt my eyes.
A podcaster.
Okay? So that's why I bought these Gunner glasses. And then I'm not even kidding you. I forgot they existed. I did. I completely forgot that the glasses existed. And I proceeded to never...
By the way, today I'm not going to be staying for his stream. I'm probably going to end up in like half an hour. I don't know. I'll see.
Glasses sat in.
Yeah, today is just like the quick post Christmas stream
for
some like holiday chill, I guess, some shit. It's a fucking buzzword, anyways.
8 years, because I just started using them this year, right? Or was it last year? I can't remember if it was last year or this year. Whenever I started using them, it was the first time I used them regularly since I bought them. They just sat in their box in storage that long. So I thought, oh man, one day my eyes, I'm going to have eye strain, and I'm really going to need, help with my eyes. And I never did, luckily. It never happened. My eyes never really got worse or anything to the point where I'm like, oh man, now I really need to do something to help my eyes. Let me put on glasses or whatever. Nah, they've been fine.
Let me put on the gunner glasses. He loves that phrase. That means 50. It's been a 50 bomb. Let me put on those gunner glasses.
I started wearing the gunner glasses, and some people have actually asked me, hey, what do you think of the gunner glasses? Do they help you or not? I can actually tell you I think they do. I don't think they necessarily do too much, but they definitely help a little bit. Like every once in a while, I remember I'd have a day where I'm like, oh, my eyes are burning, or oh, my eyes just feel like, they're bugging out. I don't usually get that feeling that much anymore, and maybe it's because I wear the glasses when we hit the tip skull or not. I don't know, but certainly it feels a little bit better than maybe without them. I mean, I'm just speculating, but yeah, I'm thinking they must have some kind of a positive effect. Okay, but do I get total eye strain and do I have major issues? Luckily for me, I can answer no. I don't usually have that as a problem.
Okay, thank you for the answer that took 5 minutes. And then going back to when you first bought your glasses and how it feels sometimes, but then you're speculating. But then the actual answer is yes. So yeah, okay. You're fucking welcome.
All right.
And he feels like because those people are members, he should give them an hour-long response each. Which is actually, the long response is just like worthless. You shouldn't be, you should be just short and sweet and answer the question and that's it.
Cool. It's time for a festive holiday, guys. And it looks like it's going to be...
Hey, big ups Black Mage for a super chat. Reminder that he's legally required to wear glasses to drive a car. It's on his license. Yeah. DSP with fucking glasses driving.
The merry...
I can't fucking see this shithead. He's driving too slow.
All right, we're doing it. The final festive...
Remember when he had a car accident on the highway that was totally not his fault? Instead, it was someone else's fault who was driving too slow.
For the season, guys.
Of course.
I gotta take the hat off to do this. All right. Yeah. You're welcome, Choom Baguette. They just thanked me for answering their question. All right.
Okay. All right. This is a struggle to put it on. Daily struggles of Phil.
Let me show you. Oh shit! There go my questions. Show his face. There he is.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome.
Maybe.
I don't know. Does he look married? Like this mature adult right here?
Anyway.
The married man?
Here's what we'll do. Since people seem to be pretty upset that this was the final sweater of the season selected. All right. We'll do what we did yesterday.
What, another goal? If we get 50 more bucks, we're gonna switch it, huh? What a fucking scammer. This fucking guy. He sucks so much, man. So much. Makes me so fucking depressed looking at him. For the future of entertainment, this is it. This is it. He's sitting there, you guys. If we can get 50 more bucks, I'm gonna switch this fucking sweater. He talks to you about some fucking bullshit, and he hopes the platform he makes a living for free is gonna do everything they can to pander to him, so he can make even more money doing this garbage. This garbage with a layout that is like 10 years old. Tell me about it. What is this?
$250 in tips at any time during the stream, then you guys will get.
Oh yeah, nobody. I'm sure that nobody was fucking upset about this. He just invents people when he wants to beg.
Oh, again, and I'll do a sweater change. Okay, you get to choose between the dragon and the kitties. All right, that's what we'll do. And then I guess again, if we hit like $300, then we'll.
Oh yeah, Yeah, let's do it again until the world ends.
By the way, I'm not asking for anything else.
What? I'm not asking for anything else. I'm just telling you what my fucking scheme is. Just at least have the fucking balls in the self-respect to ask for it. Just ask for it like a man. I'm here. I'm answering your fucking questions. I need this fucking money to survive. Give me the fucking money. And not with this pussy bitch attitude of just, I'm not telling you, but if we get this money, then we can put on a new vest. I can do this. I can do this. Look, I'm not asking for it. You can give it to me. I would be very appreciative. It's gonna help a lot paying the bills. Okay, sure.
I'm just saying, people are like upset. They're like, oh shit, I don't.
Yeah, they're upset. They were throwing tantrums. They were sending death threats.
The kitties or whatever. So there you go. Okay.
But all I see is tipping wings. Wow.
Ready to continue?
All I see just desperate at this point. Desperate. Desperate.
Oh, the final question from
Very
channel
sad.
members. Yes, finally. Here we are, 90 minutes into Ask the King. And finally, we're getting to the end of the member questions. From BWT56, he asked the following. Have you ever gone through a stint where every game is just boring or not interesting to you because maybe you have other stuff going on? Maybe you're just not feeling games at the moment? If so, how do you get over it? Because I'm at that point and I hate it. I want to play and enjoy games, but I find myself getting bored quickly or not caring about the game at all, no matter what game it is.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. This is a guy that falls asleep on stream. I don't give a shit what he has to say about being bored in games.
Competitive Street Fighter.
Okay, competitive, nothing, worthless.
A lot more than just playing the game itself. It's hard to get bored playing a game when you're talking with someone, hanging out with them when you're playing,
Okay,
right?
sure.
But in addition to that, there's also the factor that I'm a variety streamer. I don't just play the same style of game.
Why not?
Over and over and over. You understand? Since I play a wide variety of games.
Burnell?
My screen glitched. I reloaded it and now it's working.
Oh no, the glitching. Freaked me out for a second, you guys. You might not be able to give me money.
Just started Resident Evil 4.
Oh no, Phil. Let's fucking retire at this point, man. Oh, but retiring would imply that you have a retirement fund? No.
I'm trying to finish up Lost Judgment on the late streams.
No. Not with those withheld tips that people are having. They're withholding tips. Remember this hot quote from the Vest Saga? I think if there's people withholding tips, that was the best time.
Infinite multiplayer.
Looking nice.
Old school Street Fighter. All at once. So
yay.
That variety of stuff. It's hard for me to get bored. I don't even feel like I'm playing the games enough. You know what I'm saying?
Not really.
Like, I wish
you want to play more?
I had more time to focus in and play on the games that I'm playing, but I'm
then stop talking about nonsense for an hour and a half every day for an hour and a half, and then the bullshit like 5-minute daily rap bullshit. Stop doing it. Play the game. What?
Playing so many, I don't. You see? Like, if I'm playing a game, man, I play this one so much I'm tired of it or whatever, but I never really get to get that feeling because I'm a variety content creator.
Variety beggar.
So, no, actually, BWT, I've never felt that games burned me out. I feel that, like, the content creation aspect of playing the games by myself burned me out. So, actually,
you're wrong.
That way,
and you suck. Give me more money.
Similar to what you're saying. You're playing games by yourself. You're not a content creator, right? You're playing the games by yourself. You're trying to enjoy them just.
You're not a fucking content creator. Are you a successful content creator? Are you $500,000 in debt? Do you have 14 credit cards? Then shut the fuck up. This is the fucking king of hate speaking.
You're not sharing that experience with the world. You're just playing it.
Sharing that fucking experience. He puts so much fucking prestige on playing video games and recording yourself playing video games. It's really not that special. It's really not that special. Really isn't. Big ups Black Mage for super chat. This is worse than the Battle of Troy. And then at least they fought about a hot chick. And there's no hot chicks anywhere in this equation. Anywhere. In the Burnell's household, is there a hot lady that is attractive?
Yeah, I would say I've been there. 2015 to
you haven't been there.
I absolutely was getting.
You need to go somewhere where there are hot bitches, dude.
Just playing the game.
You're gonna save your life.
I needed a change.
Or hot gentlemen.
You know.
Whatever you're into.
So, there you go. And I did. I changed for the better.
Epic. No.
Interactive streamer.
No.
That actually-
No. You changed for the lazier. That's not the better. Maybe more profitable because now you get to beg in real time. You get to beg in real time and not on pre-recorded videos. And in real time, if you strike a chord with some people emotionally, they're going to give you the money. It's a life hack that DSP found out about. Invigorated.
And I have
More like in Schwartz Burnell rated. You know what I mean? No, this is it's such a fucking shit joke.
not been bored since then. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we now get to move on to forum questions.
Yeah, please do that.
Yes.
Forum
Fine.
questions. So being a member is useless because you can go on a stupid forum and get your IP doxed and ask him a question in the process.
Forum question.
And you can also call yourself Baby Man Gaming on his forums, which is always fun.
First question from the forum.
The king of dogs forums.
Following. Are there any boss fights
If you want a bunch of lunatics to have your IP address, then go for it.
that stick out in your mind as either exhilarating, challenging, or super fun? What makes a great boss design?
Rage quitting. Okay, I answered your question. I'm gonna skip through these questions because I want to clock out at this point.
Happened.
I gotta go do some work.
And then I went on to fight the Orphan of Kos and all that.
All right, this Dark Souls talk, presumably. Probably.
4,000 times in my whole fucking career. I hate puzzle bosses. A boss that everything you've learned up to this point in the game is meaningless.
Yes, that's cool.
Forget all your abilities.
That's awesome. Bosses like this are awesome because they take you away from what you've been doing this whole time and they give you something refreshing and interesting and you just do it and then you beat them and that's it.
Please forget all.
I hate fucking puzzle boss because he hates thinking analytically about everything.
Shit. Merry Christmas, Phil.
Puzzle fucking boss. The Philippine food was puzzle food.
There's many more to come.
It was like the Dark Souls of food, man.
Question: apart from Minecraft, what's the one game that you've enjoyed more than you expected? Hope that you eat a lot and have a great time. Stay safe, everyone. I will. I'm gonna have a lot of Chinese food tonight, that's for sure. And tomorrow,
Chinese fucking food.
ooh, it's gonna be good food. But
Big ups Omega Kirk for super chat. Is life a puzzle boss? It might be, man. At some point, it just disregards everything you've learned so far, and they just kick you out of Twitch. And you're like, what?
thank you for the tip. By the way, now we're $17 away from a sweater swap.
Wow, sweater swap. It's like a wife swap, but much, much less fun. Let's go to the next one.
I had never done anything like that before. A straight up sim of anything, right?
Sim? Like what? The WWE bullshit?
What games have I played that I maybe had no exposure to, knew nothing about them?
Guardians of the Galaxy. Okay, I answered this question.
Landmarks, these different cities.
What is this? Flight Simulator. Okay.
Stream for like 2 months.
Still stream. He was begging for money every day. Begging every day. And didn't know where places on the map were. And was really confused in general.
Fun with me and my audience. It was really special, right? Geez. I mean, just this year, Haiti.
Guardians of the Galaxy. Come on. I'm telling it to you. I'm giving you the answer. Just say it.
Pass for Xbox Series X is something, really readily playable for me. And playing it, like, damn, I missed out.
Game Pass. Chilling Game Pass some more.
Gameplay, the complexity of the different weapons, upgrades, and things, all the variables involved in it.
Valve?
Boy, did it show me how a roguelike can be very entertaining.
All right, sure, great. That's awesome.
Oh,
I love it.
Thank you very much for the butt rub.
Butt rub.
So anyway, yeah, Dark Maggot, those would be some games just from this year. I'm sure there's been many others over the years, but those are the two that come to mind. Flight Sim and
the Flight Sim game, he plays it in the most basic capacity as well. He doesn't do any of the actual flight simulating. He just takes off and flies around mindlessly and then just crashes. It was just trash. And his discussion during the playthrough sucked. It was boring. It was dry. It was dead air. There was begging.
Thank you for the super chat.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And it's something that's a nice staple of the streams to see him come by and
What fucking Jasper? How is he a nice staple of the stream? I can look up videos of cats on YouTube that are much better than Jasper.
Really enjoy.
And they have all their claws. Come on, give me a fucking break, Jasper. Am I gonna look at him in a 480p camera?
And he asked the following: with Knights of the Old Republic now being remade,
okay,
would you prefer that they keep the same plot, story, and characters and just update the game mechanics and graphics? Or are you open to changes to the story and plot and characters?
He's not open to anything. He's open to getting more money.
I am actually 100% okay with changes
With both.
to the plot or characters of a classic game
Both.
like that, as long as it is made clear up front that they are doing so. Okay.
What if they make everybody Asian?
Exact
He's
reference.
gonna hate it. Imagine they pull off one of those, but like to an extreme degree. They make everybody Asian. He's gonna hate that game.
Final Fantasy VII remake.
Oh
Basically,
no.
They were remaking the game.
Oh, are you gonna talk about the cross-dressing sequence that made you feel uncomfortable or something because you're a closeted individual?
Presented it, advertised it, and pushed it, saying they were literally remaking Final Fantasy VII with modern gameplay elements and graphics.
Gameplay.
Never ever said they were changing the story. Their impression they gave everyone was this is a straight up remake. It's the same game, only now it's for modern audiences because it's better visuals and gameplay. They'll like it a lot more now.
Okay.
Right?
I hate all his analogies, man. I hate all of them. They're all so basic. And most of them don't even relate to this. I don't give a shit about fucking Final Fantasy. Question is about something else. It's about Star Wars. Would you prefer it one way or the other way? Please let me know. And he goes on to talk about fucking Final Fantasy. That's not the question. That's not the question. Nobody fucking asks you about this.
Version of those characters from another dimension, and they're crossing from dimension to dimension.
My
What if everything
God.
changed in the plot? And here's why that pissed me off, honestly. Not the fact that they did it, but because they didn't announce it, I couldn't prepare myself for it. If I had known that this is what they were doing, I absolutely, the summer before, would have played the original Final Fantasy VII as a playthrough.
Okay.
So I would have had the knowledge needed to understand all of the references and things in the game and understand what changed from the original game to the remake. But they didn't. They literally lied. They told everyone it's the same.
They lied.
It wasn't. So everyone goes into this game expecting this is going to be
No
the same
one told me.
Final Fantasy VII. And
No.
for the most part it is until the
No
end.
one told me it's different, so I didn't do a playthrough on DSP Gaming. I still haven't played it. You still haven't told me. Whatever, I get the quotes wrong all the time.
At the end, the
It's
last
a Detractor
2 hours
meme at
is
this point.
completely different and changes the plot in its entirety. And you're like, what the fuck just happened?
I have no idea.
What am I playing?
I still have no idea why you're talking about Final Fantasy when the question was about fucking the Star Wars.
Literally been lied to. The entirety of this game was being developed and advertised. Why couldn't they have been truthful? Okay? So if they were making Knights of the Old Republic remake, and by the way, just so you know, we're changing plot elements, we're changing the plot, so it's a refreshing new game. Good. Thanks for telling me. Now I'll go play the original. I'll know what happened in the original, so when I play the new one, I can understand the differences and the references. Not, oh, I'm halfway through the game and now I'm confused as fuck because you changed stuff and I don't know what's going on.
All right.
It was just a really bad way for them to do
Okay, what about Star Wars? Let's talk about Star Wars.
Transparent, and that pissed me off.
Yeah, what do you think about Star Wars?
You know ahead of time.
Okay, that's is this the answer? The definitive edition of the answer? The deluxe edition? The complete edition with all the DLCs?
Okay.
Okay?
I think I can open my blinds again.
Okay, that's your answer. Then he doesn't mind it as long as they tell you in advance specifically. They're gonna send you a written note that says, Phil, this game, it will be different in this and this and this way from the previous game. Okay, sound good? Clear? You should do a playthrough now.
I think that the sun's gone. Maybe. Oh yeah, it's gone. It's full clouds again. Whew. Oh, okay. Continuing on. Next question is from Dripster866. He asked if you ever quit a game because of a boss fight was hard or you had to do mad grinding. Yes, there's...
Oh yeah, DSP doesn't like the original Final Fantasy VII because Project 7 was based on that. Based on him not liking it. So yeah. Besides WWE Champions, what is the ideal game for DSP? Bugsnax? I actually haven't seen him play Bugsnax or know anything about that game, so I can't talk. As far as I know, it's like a memeable kind of game-ish thing. I don't know. Something in the vein of like Animal Crossing that is more like lighthearted and chill. But I don't know. For him, nothing really. Something that really like WWE Champions takes advantage of a lot of his gambling tendency. I guess. Something like this with randomized stuff and that lets you win in the beginning, but later it gets harder and you don't realize because you think you're playing the game well and then eventually, you know.
both RPGs. One is the infamous Persona 3 playthrough, where I didn't know what I was.
Yeah, I don't know why it's infamous. Oh, so it's yeah. Okay, so it's garbage. So the playthrough was garbage. That's what the infamous playthrough means. It's garbage.
I had no idea that the.
But I guess, I mean, I'm gonna give him a little bit of slack for this, and then I'm gonna take it back because I realized I'm wrong. Because I was gonna say that if I was doing playthroughs of a variety of games, like he does, I would be equally as bad, maybe worse at some of them. However, what I realized I was wrong at is that I don't do this shit. I don't do this shit. I do shit that I like doing. So yeah, if he doesn't like those games that piss him off and he's miserable at, and he's still playing them, that's his fault. So fuck you, DSP.
Final boss was an insane hour-long grind. I didn't know that. And if you get...
Oh yeah, the Star Wars Quantic Dream game, he's gonna love that shit. He's gonna be slurping something with David Cage. Gonna be slurping something.
At the end of this boss, there's an RNG factor where the boss can do random status effects. And because it's RNG, meaning it's randomly generated, it's not, oh, the set pattern creates this effect. It's just, it randomly happens.
Bruh, what was this even fucking question? Skip through this bullshit. Random status effects. 2 minutes later.
So much of my time, it was an entire stream.
What was this? Persona?
Hours of going through the boss fight again and again.
Yeah, no.
Finished games, and that was
we do not care.
Unfinished ones that I had done, and I went back and I beat it. Okay?
All right.
Now, compare that. All right?
What? This was the first part of the comparison? This is the most long-winded guy in life.
Compare that.
Okay.
Completely different.
And he doesn't even know where he's going with this, because he's looking at chat, distracted, using filler words to mask the fact that he's distracted, doesn't know what he's doing.
Something completely different.
What, like what? Compare that with something that would be comparable, and compare it with the comparison, man.
Final Fantasy 13 3 Lightning Returns.
Okay. Sounds fucking good. Tell me about it. Is it amazing?
Just
robust?
How fucked up
tangy?
This game is.
Oh no.
The entirety of the game.
No.
You can be playing a certain way and coast right through it, no problems. You get to the final boss. For some reason,
For some reason,
just the final fight of the game.
No, he's not drunk on this. But he's equally as dumb, because at some point, even if you're not drunk, you still have the gin brain. At some point, when you drink enough, you're always soaked.
15 to 20 level jump from everything else right before it. Just that fight.
All right. This his complaint. I'm gonna skip through the massive exaggerations.
You couldn't scale the boss properly.
Okay, we're still here 2 minutes later. Actually, it was like 50 seconds.
So vintage that I might decide to resell them.
What? Vintage what? Statues?
The next question is from Stefania Gaming.
All right. Big up Stefania Gaming.
Hey, Phil, my brother and I went to take out the trash. No, wait a minute. Let's try this again. My brother and I went to take to the trash some things that we had when we were kids, like some toys and such. Some of my dolls look so vintage.
Dolls?
I might decide to resell them. I was curious.
Vintage doll talk?
Stuff you had when you were a kid. And also, what would you do with your friends to pass the afternoons?
Jerk each other off.
Did you actually play any sports or anything
Psych.
like that?
They would play video games and then jerk each other off.
In the 90s, spent his time. I remember my classmates hooked up to Tamagotchis.
I have dolls.
One last thing, did you ever get
vintage dolls?
That looks like a buffed up glowing skeleton. It's so funny. It looks absolutely ridiculous, and I have it here for my brother in a cardboard box, and waiting its demise.
All right. This is way too long of a question.
Then I went on to like Transformers.
Okay.
G.I. Joe.
X-Men.
Then it went to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
WWE.
Right.
Hogan.
I'm sure.
Randy Savage.
Then after that, X-Men.
X-Men, of course. Let's go.
Then after that, it went kind of like Spawn figures, but then the Spawn figures.
Spawn figures.
They were more like works of art.
You should respawn some figures.
Ended when I was playing with those kind of toys. So yeah, absolutely, I would play with toys like that with my friends outside, playing around and everything. But in addition to that, we liked to do other stuff outside of just playing with the figures. Like we had water guns. We'd run around, in the summer, shooting each other with water guns. Back then, we actually started to have some of the battery-powered guns. Now, by the way, they didn't look real. Like I had one that was like neon orange and blue.
They didn't look real, unlike now when all the water guns look like AR-15s.
It was automatic. You run around
walking around with a water gun in Walmart.
Stuff like that, water balloons.
I guess.
Like that. As for sports, never really played.
They didn't look real, by the way.
Sports. Seriously, But like I tell everyone and they laugh at me, I used to play badminton.
Okay.
Badminton.
Sure.
You know, with the net and the birdie or shuttlecock and the long racket.
Yeah. Badminton pig explanation.
My godfather, who liked it, and we actually went over one Thanksgiving. We went over there to have Thanksgiving dinner with them, and they were watching Survivor Series on Thanksgiving, and that got me into pro wrestling.
Whoa, Survivor Series.
But I never had like any collectibles or anything.
Should watch Survivor, the actual show.
In particular, this question that Stefania Game is asking about the glowing skeleton figure, if I'm remembering correctly, okay, I think I had it. I think what it was, it actually had the body of like He-Man, but they recast the plastic to be like transparent, so it kind of looked like white.
All right. No. Worthless. You're done, Phil. Go on a fucking break. Oh no, no figures. Bang! Major announcement. This is the end of the stream. I'm not gonna be watching him today. I'm too fucking lazy, and it's also still Christmas in some way. So I'm gonna go chill and interact with my Christmas buddies. So you guys take care, and this was a chill stream. Thanks everybody for chilling, interacting, contributing, and all the fun stuff. And now I'm gonna play some song, and that's gonna be it. Yeah, I was going for something a little bit shorter. So yeah, let's listen to Carrie Diamond once, and that's gonna be it, dude. And I'll see you around in the next few days, maybe. Wow, maybe before Christmas and everything. So yeah, let's listen to the Depression, man. And that's it. Yeah, you guys have fun, take care, and have a nice chill, whatever today is. Sunday?
The other thing that's very alarming is that I need that money. I need that money.
Real talk.
That was my depression. Pulling me out my depression. That was my depression. My depression.
Most hated man. I don't celebrate Thanksgiving, and I have to play games for a living. And I have to play games for a living. They're trying to claim I'm a pedophile now. Blame me, Courtney. Blame me, Courtney. I'm no longer playing any kind of computer game. I shake the earth when I move. I shake the earth when I move. I don't want to improve. I don't want to improve my stream. I shake the earth when I move. I shake the earth when I move. I don't want to improve. I don't want to improve.
That was my depression. Pulling me out my depression. That was my depression. My depression.
I'm a big dude. I don't know if I'm quite good enough. If I'm quite good enough. When you're 450 pounds, you have trouble wiping your ass, man. 500-pound man that has nothing to live for. I've been sitting 4 hookers. Everybody sucks, Jordan. I don't want my ass licked. I really want more hookers. I shake the earth when I move. I shake the earth when I move. I don't want to improve. I don't want to improve my stream. I shake the earth when I move. I shake the earth when I move. I don't want to improve. I don't want to improve.
That was my depression. Pulling me out my depression. That was my depression. My depression.
right, see you around, you guys.
The Liquid Richard albums that come out just recently, they take
Hello? Burnell?